Oh, I don't have my theme song anymore. I did not make the theme song. A friend of mine made the theme song, and I had a link to where it was housed on his Suno account. However, that link no longer works, so I don't know what happened. So no theme song today. Doop a doo doo doop boop boo doop 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 boo doop boop boop. There we go. There's the theme song. What's going on, everybody? Welcome on in. Good to see you all. Happy Saturday. Happy Pokemon Go weekend. Go Fest is happening now. It'll be starting here for me in about an hour. I'll be checking some spawns around the house with an incense while we stream, but hope everyone is doing well. Welcome in, Lacey. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a fantastic morning so far, or afternoon, or evening, or good night. I don't know what time it is for you, but hope you're all doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. We have two Pokemon left that we need to evolve. In this section, we need to evolve the two fossils. We need to evolve Omanite and Kabuto. So let's go ahead and put those in the party, and then we're gonna start working on them. I don't know what the best way is going to be to do this yet. We'll see. We're gonna just, check it out and play along and see what happens. I know Kabuto will have the added benefit of boosted experience because it's traded. But it will have some obedience issues. Regardless, I think we're going to do that second. I think we're going to do Omanite first. So who are we going to take out of the party? Let's take out Squidward. That can get put away now. Goes right here. And we can take out... Yeah, we'll leave everybody else in. Let's throw Lord Helix in. And get moving. Managed to get Hyperspace Shiny Latias in about 50 respawns. Nice! Congratulations, that's amazing. That's awesome. Alright, where is my experience share? There it is. Experience share to hold. Let's give... Lexi the leftovers. Now I want to put Lexi in front. I'm expecting this to be a little bit of a quieter stream this weekend because of Pokemon Go Fest, which is totally fine. But we're going to keep going here. I'm excited. I want to keep moving with this. I'm hoping that we can actually get this done, if not this weekend, next weekend, and then get started on the Sword and Shield Professor Oak Challenge, which I'm looking forward to. All right, let's go ahead and do the things. Nice, we got 5 out of 6. No, Lacey, well, you were the only one here. Draconify's here now. And Anne-Marie, what's up, Draconify? What's up, Anne-Marie? Good morning. Welcome in. Happy Pokemon Go Fest. We are just working on Lord Helix now. We just had to evolve Omanite and Kabuto, and then we're done with this section. Has to get some levels on Alexi. Alexi will learn False Swipe at some point. I can't remember what level. How was everybody's week? What did you all get up to? I stayed about the same height. But it was a pretty decent week. And DAs, you got shiny midday form Lycanroc and Blaziken. Nice. Those are some good shinies. Watched the new X-Men 97 on Wednesday as soon as I got home from work, which was incredible. Super, super excited about that show at the moment. I still can't believe you got that shiny Latias so quickly, Lacey. That's awesome. Oh, and my favorite reaction channel at the moment. It looks like as long as there's no crazy upset in the next 24 hours, it looks like my favorite reaction channel will be starting to watch my favorite show of all time next month, Lost. Blaziken Shinies, man, I think it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's definitely subtle. I'll give you that. It's totally subtle, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's clean. That's a good word for it. I like the almost white hair, like the lighter hair, and the deeper red body. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I like some shinies that typical people don't. Alright, only 31 more levels for Lord Helix. Ugh. Ooh, only 30 more levels for Lord Helix. Next community day will be Nickit on Sunday. Wait, not tomorrow, but next week, right? I think it'd be crazy if there's a community day tomorrow. Uh-oh, I'm poisoned. August. Okay, so not next week. Alexi? Marie, are you off today? I got the feeling that you're off today, but I don't know that for certain. Lyra, thank you for the 6-7. Yeah, you're Anne-Marie. I had to make some space in your Pogo game for the Global Go Fest. Oh, that's a good point. I had to get rid of so many items today. I was very annoyed by it. Let me see. How many Pokemon? I can catch 23 Pokemon. That sounds about right. Yeah, you're off this weekend. Sweet. We will be opening up another 10-pack today, Anne-Marie. I don't know if you saw it. I think you were at work last Sunday. I did manage to get the immersive Dedenne last Sunday, which is pretty awesome. So I think I'm going to go back to the previous set that I don't have the immersive from. Good morning, Gina. Thanks for popping in before Go Fest. I'm expecting it to be a little bit quiet here this weekend for obvious reasons, and that's okay. But I just appreciate people hanging out. Hold on, I gotta open up a pack. Acme, Feebass, Kids Room, Growlithe, Elegant Cape, nothing. Alright, let's throw in Lord Helix and then switch over to Cyrax. Let's see, what pack are we going to, or what set are we going to do a 10-pack for? What's the last set I don't have the immersive from? Paradox Drive, I have Pulsing Aura, I have Mega Shine, I have Paldean Wonders, I have Paldean Wonders. Was it just Arven? Was that the only immersive? Fantastical Parade. I do not have Fantastical Parade. Who was the immersive in Fantastical Parade? What's up, Matthew? Good to see you. Cyber summer vacation less than a week and 3 days. Holy smokes. That's pretty awesome. Your thing won't let you like? Alright, no worries. Finally, we got a good move. It's a new pocket event starting. Ooh, when is that, Anne-Marie? Or, I guess that's now. Otherwise, you wouldn't say that. I missed that somehow. Holy smokes, I got 11 updates? What is going on here? There's just so much happening. Chip Chip Cheerio! What's going on? Good to see ya. Community Week, okay. Oh. Amba sent me a card that I need, and so did Jerry. Oh my gosh. 2 immersives for Fantastical Parade. And I don't have either of them, apparently. So I guess that's what we're going to open. Meowth and Gardevoir, that's right. I remember people talking about that now. Well, then I guess we're going to go for the Meowth and Gardevoir today. I'm now only missing 2 base cards from Everyday Wonders. It's pretty sweet. Thank you to Amber and Jerry. Alright, I need to stop this. Complete. Complete all. Okay. Put the phone down. Alright. Sorry. Wish we could trade immersives. I hope that one day we can, because yeah, I know I have quite a few extra immersives, Anne-Marie, and I think a couple of the ones that I have extras of you also need, unless things have changed. So yeah, I'm hoping that one day we can do that. Jess, thank you so much for the happy poop, and may all your poops be happy as well. You went for the shiny Umbreon for so long, that's true. You did spend a lot of time on that. Happy birthday to you, Jess. Seriously, thank you everyone for popping in. I know if you're in the Pokemon community, chances are you're probably either in the midst of GoFest or going to do GoFest. So I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit and keeping me company. And Jess, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships going out to Benby, the Kind Fox, Nugs, Emerald, Nova Knight, and a 5th one that will be delivered at some point in the future. All right, well, Jess, you get 2 wheel spins. Let's get your wheel spins going. Here we go. Spin number 1. No center for 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's going to be a little painful. And trying to read the team names and blam wheel. Well, whose fault is that, Gina? Spin number 2. Charmander 1 level. Okay. All right. Well, that Charmander is now Charmeleon, but we will get a level on Charmeleon. Then we will get back to working on Lord Helix. That means I'm going to take off the experience share. Is this what Mike meant when he said that you've been hit by a smooth criminal? It's exactly what he meant, yes. But thank you very much, Jess. I don't know what happened to that 5th gifted membership, though. I'm sure it'll pop up eventually. Alright, Mankey. I wonder... Probably not, but let's just see. What kind of damage can you do? It's not bad. Karate Chop does how much damage? Not bad. Okay, this is good. Charmeleon is listening to me, which is wait. I think Charmeleon can listen to me up to level 30 now. Let's just go ahead and get up to level 30. Found a Maractus Mirage Spot. Nice, Matthew. You're gonna hunt for it. Arcan's on hold for now. Fair enough. So let's talk about Professor Oak challenges for a minute. Not the one I'm doing right now with you guys, but a different one. I'm working on the White 2 Professor Oak challenge, and one of the things I really like about Professor Oak challenge is I end up learning a lot about game mechanics that I never paid attention to before. Who here, raise your hand, who here has ever used Join Avenue in Black 2 and White 2? Raise your hand. I am finding out about that place for the first time now. And it's pretty crazy because I need to get a Dusk Stone before I can move on to the next section, and there are no static Dusk Stones. My two options are to get one from Dusk Clouds, which have a 0.9% chance of a Dusk Stone showing up in Dusk Clouds, or Join Avenue, where there is a possibility to get one from an antique shop. So that's what I'm working on right now. Isn't that for elemental stones and badges or medals? So Join Avenue is basically a whole street where you can set up whatever shops you want. Charmeleon went down. That's not good. So it's based off of like passing people, right? So the more people you pass by, like physically pass by, like in the real world, the more people will show up. It's based off of wireless communications. However, they will also give you a handful of general NPCs per day. When they show up, Lord Helix is down. That's not good. When they show up, you can either ask them to open up a shop on your street, or you can ask them to check out one of your shops. The shops range from like beauty salons to delicatessens to antique shops to raffle houses. Think about, what was it called in the Gen 7 games? That virtual world that had all the stores? It's kind of like that. So you can have them either open up a store or you can have them visit a store. If they visit a store, that will increase the points that your Join Avenue has. And, you know, that will unlock more stores, items, etc. So I'm working on that. The cool thing is, even though it's only in Black 2 and White 2, using the wireless and infrared capabilities, you can get people from Black and White games to show up in your game as well. So right now I got 4 systems. I got my 3DS, I got my 2DS, and I got 2 DSs running all 4 Gen 5 games so that I can get the max amount of people to come to my avenue each day. I was able to finally get an antique shop open this morning. There are 4 different types of antique shops. 2 of them have dusk stones. I haven't been able to figure out which one I have yet. But I will hopefully soon. That's my story. What's going on, John Streckert? How are you today? Thanks so much for the information yesterday. I'm sure you guys have all heard by now. There is going to be a... I don't have any revised. There is going to be a event in Scarlet and Violet starting next Friday or Thursday night or whatever, depending on where you are. I will finally, after all these years, be able to hunt for white striped basculins in Premier Balls via mass outbreaks. I'm very excited. I spent about an hour and a half last night, just going back to Scarlet and Violet and doing mass outbreak hunts just to kind of like re-familiarize myself. I ended up getting I got a shiny earthworm in Paldea, a Puccina in Kitakami, and a Snubble in Blueberry Academy. It was pretty fun. Yeah, Anne-Marie, I didn't think that as well. And I looked at it. This is the first outbreak event we've had since, I think it was July, maybe October. Either way, since 2025. It's been almost a year since we've had a mass outbreak event in Scarlet and Violet. It's pretty wild. Razzie, good morning. Razzie, I need your help. I don't know what to do here. I am forced to not use Pokemon centers for the next... I don't know how long. How long has it been? For the next 15 minutes. But the two things that I'm grinding on are dead. Grinded stupid hard for Go Fest today. Honestly, love this event. Nice, Mewtwo. I want to hear all about how it goes for you, or how it went for you. Increased chances for Crafty Mark, Ready Mark, and Ferocious Mark. Exactly. Not playing Go Fest today. I will be firing up an incense in 39 minutes and just checking spawns around the house. My only goals for Go Fest today are to get a couple of Tropius, because I don't have that at all. And then just checking spawns around my house for shinies. Lacey, I agree. I think Basket Legion is pretty cool. I think we have to go to the breeding center. Or not breeding center, but the daycare. I think that's what we have to do. 1.3k catches, 36 shinies, 3 shiny Mewtwo's, one having the big, or the background, and freaking Shundo from your Lucky Trinket trade. That's amazing, Mewtwo. Holy smokes, congratulations. Incense spawns every 30 seconds stationary, last 2 hours. Nice. I ended up buying a few more incense today as well. I only had one left. Sounds like a better version of Plaza Festival. That's the word I was thinking of. Not the word, the name. Yes, like Plaza Festival, exactly. Festival Plaza. Whatever you want to call it. That's it. $8.89 for the Go Home Dex. Let me see what I'm at. I still think you're a little bit ahead of me. But I definitely need Tropius. I'm sure you do too. Spawn per minute, even when stationary, lasts 2 hours. That's pretty sweet. Let's see your Pokédex, games. Wow, you're way ahead of me now. I'm at 8:45. I'm at 8:45. I don't know, like, you've always been ahead of me, like, this whole challenge, John, but not by a lot. I don't know when you blew ahead of me. Festival Plaza, Hefty. Yes, Gina. Yes, Festival Plaza. Exactly. There we go. That's how we get around not having any revives and not being able to use Pokemon Center. NPCs say the weirdest things, they really do. Whoops. 8 million? Holy smokes. That's ridiculous. I only need a female, shiny female white stripe basculin for the trio. Nice. I think I have a male. I think I have a male. So I just want one of each. I'll probably end up going for 3 just to be safe. GoFest has been pretty good, except not enough Pikachu raids around you. Local community is dead here. Not enough for 12-player lobbies, and people don't join. 12 players? You need 12 players? That's crazy. Well, Gina, why did you recommend the wrong store? That sounds like a you issue. Is there a PC in the hotel in Celadon? Ooh, good question. Let's go check since we're right here. This is the hotel, right? This isn't the hotel, is it? Where's the hotel? They loved you for answering a question? Well, that makes sense. That's the mansion. Southern buildings. Okay, let's see here. This is a restaurant. You need 12 players with everyone mega evolving a Pokemon. If they don't mega, you can't beat it. For what? For which one, Steven? Doesn't look like there is Razzie. For the Mega Mewtwo, that's nuts. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, smack into Oblivion, Gina. I hope you do. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing any raids today. Raids have always been my like my what's the word I'm trying to think of? The one spot of Pokemon Go I've never been able to really take advantage of. Unless I just like want to spend a whole bunch of money. Maybe go for a Jumbo Shiny Dondozo? You should do it. I might do that too. So, I'm assuming then that the Scarlet Violet event... Excuse me, I don't know why my throat's so weird today. I'm assuming the Scarlet and Violet event will start at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Does anyone know if that's the case? Yes? Okay. John Stricker, are you here at the moment? I have some news for you, John Strucker. And, I mean, to everybody, but... John, I will be doing a weekday stream this Thursday night at 8. And 7-star Dragon Terra Magikarp? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I wonder what its moveset's going to be. I knew that was going to happen. Dang it. I just had to get greedy. About time. I figured you'd be happy about that. Splash. That's what I'm figuring. Like, is it just going to have Splash? That'd be hilarious. I opened the blinds so that I would have some light in here. I think I have too much light now. Hold on. There, I think that's a little bit better. Herba farming. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true. I didn't even think about the herbas. What if that's their plan? What if that's kind of like what their intention is? Like, here's a 7-star with Splash as its only move. Farm herba to your heart's content. That would be very nice of them. Splash, Outrage, Swords Dance, and Surf. Matt Prokopet coming in with the Card Junkies raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's get some hype in the chat for the raid. Clocky coming in as well. Thank you for the like goal at Draconified. Thank you all for the likes. What is going on here? Where's the message? The Card Junkies, welcome on in. How was your stream? What'd you have going on today? And Maddie P with 42 months of membership. Let's get some hype in the chat. But welcome, Raiders. Darth the Trollus, welcome in. If you guys don't know me, my name is Hefty. I'm typically a shiny Pokemon hunter, but this year I've been really obsessed with doing Professor Oak challenges. So I'm working on Fire Red Leaf Green. Off stream, I've done X and Y, Omega Ruby Apple Sapphire. I'm currently working on Black 2 White 2. First 24-hour stream. Holy smokes. I have never done a 24-hour stream. I am too old and bad to do that. But my gosh, you must be exhausted. Thank you so much for the sub Card Junkies. But yeah, hope the raid went, or not the raid. I hope the stream went well. I hope you had plenty of water and food and bathroom breaks. I'm not too bad, thank you, Razzie. That means a lot to me, coming from you. Yeah, and after we finish up the Fire Red Leaf Green Professor Oak run, we're going to start working on Sword and Shield, which should be pretty crazy. Sir Rouse, it has been a bit. Good to see you. Last weekend I came back to streaming after about 2 months off. I had some personal things going on. I had some home renovations I had to get taken care of. And I work Monday through Friday, so when do I have time to work on home renovations? The weekend. When do I stream? The weekend. So yeah, I had to put streams on hold for a little bit, but we're back. I would say better than ever, but actually, objectively not. Like, I had a light die on me in the past 2 months. I don't know why. It just doesn't work anymore. So I got to figure out what to do about that. Alright, let's throw it. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. Let's throw Lord Helix up front here. So yeah, all we have to do in this section of the Professor Oak Challenge now is we need to evolve Omanite into Omastar and Kabuto into Kabutops. Alright, Gina, have fun, be good, be safe, get the shinies, check in every once in a while, if for no other reason than to just brag about what you got. What's my favorite song by them? What, The Weeknd? I like that one that, it's the one, what's the one that they did with Daft Punk, or he did with Daft Punk? What song am I thinking of here? Hold on. I know some people don't like The Weeknd, but some people are also idiots. If you don't like The Weeknd, that's fine. That was actually just a random stray aimed at shinies. I like Starboy. Starboy's a really good one. Of course, Blinding Lights is a good one. But yeah, I'd probably go with Starboy. Silly gesture. Audi listens to Taylor Swift on repeat. That does not surprise me. All stuff wasn't too expensive. I mean, there was definitely some cost associated with it, but it looks a lot better. It looks very nice. I'm very happy with it. I was not happy while it was going on, but now that it's over, I'm very happy that it was done. Awake but barely. Hope you have an awesome day. Catch up soon. Be lurking. Those sounds good, Card Junkies. Get some rest. My goodness gracious, 24-hour stream is crazy. You don't know a lot of their music, you're just trolling because I said The Weeknd? Fair enough. But yeah, Starboy would probably be my favorite. Everything you know about Taylor Swift is against your will. Whose will? Jerry, good morning. What do you mean finally awake? It's 6:35 for you. You're a crazy man. Yes, may the odds be ever in your favor to everybody here. I really hope everyone has a fantastic time with Pokemon Go today. I slept like crap. I'm just going to put that out there. I actually went to bed early last night. I wanted to be ready to go for today. I was all excited to hang out with you all. I was in bed and probably asleep a little after 9 because I'm an old man and I actually was just tired. And then I woke up at about midnight. I had a little bit of acid reflux that woke me up. And since I had already been asleep for like 3 hours, I was just like awake. So I ended up putting on some TV and I didn't get back to sleep until after 2. And then I slept from 2 until the alarm went off at 5:45. And then I turned off the alarm and slept until about 7. So I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated today. Can't wait to see the new Spider-Man movie. I'll be very interested to see how it does. Yes, everyone stay hydrated. It's important. You wish you could play GoFest again with the Americans? I wish you could too. Stayed up till 3 a.m. Woke up, joined TCJ for his last DAs before stream ended. So, did like no one get good sleep last night? Was last night just like the bad sleep night? Did we just all collectively have a bad night's sleep? Jerry, you slept pretty bad too? What is going on here? We're in a week of bad night sleeps. Oh my gosh. You couldn't sleep until 5 last night? Holy smokes. It's a conspiracy. I'm telling you. So you're playing Mecha Charmeleon was a bad sleep night for everyone. Marked on the calendar, new holiday. Yeah, definitely new holiday. You had your first fire dream. That is weird. Large amount of pain in lower back convinces the mattress is only like 3 years old. So you think your mattress was like punching you in your lower back while you're sleeping? Has it been 20 minutes yet? Typically try and pay attention. It has been 20 minutes. Okay. I typically try and pay attention to when I start these punishments, but I didn't with that one. Punch, kick, bite, and headbutting. That's a mean mattress. Stayed up for 3 hours, went back to sleep, had a dream about your father-in-law, explained how quickly a fire would destroy your house and statistics and stuff. He's a plumber. Sounds like a very educational dream. Good morning. Just woke up from a great sleep. Ready for GoFest. What's up, Chem Nation? Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Chem, do you have your phone fans ready to go? Also, Chem, I want to show you, because you never responded to me, I want to show you where we're at with my reaction channel that I like. I'm very excited about this. We're getting closer and closer, and it makes me happy. With less than a day left, Lost is still winning at 21%. The closest thing is Andor at 15, followed by The Sopranos and The Boys at 13. All great shows, but I think Lost might actually win. That makes me happy. Maybe Kem got a good night's sleep last night because we all got bad night's sleeps. Maybe he stole our good nights. Like he has some sort of like good sleep absorption ray that he turned on and it stole all of our good sleeps. Yes, sir. They get delivered later today. Gotcha. Delightful review about how you built arm strength from the weight. I hope, yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Thank you, Mewtwo. Alright, let's, okay, we got Lord Helix in the front. Party in the back. I think we can get both of these done today. I'm hoping. I need to give Lord Helix the experience share back. We need to do that. You get bad sleep to give Kem good sleep any day. He deserves it. Aw, that's really nice of you, Maddie P. Why did you all have bad sleeps? Because you used your good sleep absorption ray and stole it all from us. We've been over this. Looks like there's a specific spawn pool. Oh, there is. Okay, so they just chose not to divulge that. That's annoying. Is it on Leak Duck, Kem? It's a stupid thing. It's a very stupid thing. But if there's an actual list of what is in the wild spawning, that makes me more interested to actually participate. All right, let me check it out. Let me see what all I need. Last minute guide. Spawns. Here we go. Alright, here we go. So they... why do they have it broken up like this? Alright, so from 10 to 1, I need Lapras, Citadel, Galarian Darumaka, Cryogonal, Jinx. Ooh, Alolan Vulpix. I can reclaim that. Okay, that's a decent amount that I need there. Wait a second. Oh, that's just ice type. Holy, this is too much. This is too much. Murray, Stunfisk, Joltik, Tadbulb, Minun, Electrike, Plusle, Fire type, Sizzlipede, regular Vulpix, Numel, Torchic, Turtonator. Do I even have a Turtonator? I don't think I do. Slugma, Chimchar. I need one more Chimchar. Okay, this is interesting. It's still too much, though. Yeah, all unknown have been confirmed. I heard about that. Wayfair Niantic official event with boosted shiny and raids here. Really? That's crazy. Spoink, Baltoy, Bronzor, Bruxish, Rangaroo, Beldum, no, not Solosis. Elgium, Jinx. Rubat. Execute. There's just so many. This is gonna be rough. So we're 3 hours of every hour since you have a meeting at 11, right? Now I do see it says like each type has a featured, I shouldn't say a featured hour, a featured more hour. So like 10 to 1 is ice, electric, and fire, but there will be more ice from 10 to 11, more electric from 11 to noon, and more fire from noon to 1. They'll all be available all 3 hours, but the spawn pool will just be skewed a bit. Prototype, you're going to do one more Mega Mewtwo raid, and that's going to end up with 18.5k Mega Energy. Yeah, I saw a picture this morning. Apparently you need 7.5 thousand Mega Energy to Mega Evolve Mewtwo. That's ridiculous. That's cuckoo bananas. That is hardcore. I need to start switching to Pidgeots. Why don't I switch to Pidgeot? Oh, another thing in me learning how games work from doing Professor Oak challenges, I did not know until yesterday, like literally until yesterday, from the time the games came out in what, 2010, 2011, until yesterday, I did not realize that in Gen 5, you don't have to have specific badges to use HMs. Just as long as you have the HM, you can just use it. You don't need to like have a specific badge to allow yourself to surf or fly or anything like that. If you do a Mega Mewtwo X today, it'll come with a Mega Unlock. Okay, so what? Like the first one you do like is like the freebie, but like if you want to do it again, it'll cost you all that energy. That's how they get you. First one's free. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I realized it yesterday because I was like, when can I unlock Fly? I've been wanting to fly for a long time. Turns out, even though I'd had Fly for literally days, and I don't mean days like, you know, since Tuesday. I mean like in-game days. Like, I'm at over 250 hours now. For literal days, I've had Fly. I could have been using it, but I've just been biking everywhere. Jerry, did you ever mess around with Join Avenue in Black and White 2? I'm focusing a lot on that right now, trying to get my antique shop all built up so I can get evolution stones from it. For the stones? I might need to pick your brain later about that, because this is all brand new to me. What did I name my Join Avenue? I don't think you name it. If you do, I haven't gotten to that point yet, or I went with the default. I don't remember naming the Join Avenue. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm at a little bit of a bottleneck. I mean, not like at the moment, but I will be at a bottleneck during this section of the Professor Oak challenge where I need to have a Dusk Stone to evolve a Lampent. And where I am right now in the game, there's only 2 ways to get a Dusk Stone. Either a 0.9% chance of getting one in a dust cloud, or to get one from an antique shop in Joint Avenue. So I've been working on building up my Joint Avenue yesterday and this morning. And I'm fortunate enough that I have all 4 games. I have Black, White, Black 2, White 2. I have my 3DS, my 2DS, and 2 DSs. So I'm able to use the infrared and the wireless to connect all 4 of them to increase the number of visitors I have to my Joint Avenue. And so I managed to get an antique shop this morning. So that's cool. So now there's 4 variances of the antique shops. 2 of those 4 have Dusk Stones available. I don't know yet which one I have. Actually, I might be able to look that up. Find out right now if I'm wasting my time or if I will have the Dusk Stone. Alright, so I have... What is his name? He gives an A. Can I sort by name? Yes. That's him. I have Antique Shop A. Antique Shop A is what I have. Love the Marowak. I love Marowak too. It's going to end up being my False Swiper. I can't remember what level it learns False Swipe at, but it does learn it naturally. Antique Shop A. Oh man, we are in good shape. The Antique Shop I have does have Dusk Stones. I just gotta get lucky. I just realized Professor Oak isn't... He's not hanging the border. Where's my... There it is. There we go. Now he's hanging the border. So, anyone else got some fun stories from this week? Was Eevee hunting, because you need 1 more Eevee for your shiny jewel team? You think you'll wait for a better location or a sparkling normal donut that you can actually spare? That makes sense. I don't blame you. Basically, level up, you talk little NPCs that run through, direct them to shops they ask about, and that's how you... Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. The only problem is that there's a max limit. Well, 2 things. 1, there's a max limit of how many NPCs can show up per day. And 2, I don't know how do I put this? I'm not getting the NPCs consistently. I don't know why, but I'm not. And also, I don't know if you can... I don't know if you know this, Jerry. I don't know if you can save before you buy something from the antique shop and just soft reset until you get the item you want, or if it's already predetermined. I know that the NPCs and what stores they would open is predetermined every day. But I don't know about the items. Generally taking more time in recess than if you're Latias and you're just tired. I don't blame you. I get it. So yeah, so like I'm just wondering if now that I have my antique shop, now that I know that it does contain Dusk Stones, I'm not sure if I will have the luxury of being able to just sit there and reset until I get a Dusk Stone, or if I still only have like one shot a day. Pookie, what's going on? How is GoFest going? Maybe half lurking, fair enough. I expected it. Five minutes until GoFest starts here. I'm going to put on a incense and see if we get any shinies here at the house. Got 6 shinies but didn't leave home. Nice! Online tournament 5. That's right, you do have the online tournament today. Good luck in the tournament. You have an hour until it starts for you. Well, stop slacking, John. Come on now. So yeah, Jerry, the way I'm figuring is, I have a feeling it is predetermined. I don't think I'm going to get so lucky as that I can just soft reset. So, in which case, there's like, you know, 2 things going on. Neither one is like optimal. Either A, I try and get the Dust Stone from, I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing both. I try and get the Dust Stone from Join Avenue, where I have better chances of getting a Dust Stone, but less opportunities to try and get it. I'm only going to be able to get, like, you know, once a day. And then B, try and get it from Dust Clouds, where I can essentially hunt it nonstop all day long, but each check only has a 0.9% chance. But I can get it, like, on average, probably like 1 check a minute. Which, I did some math yesterday, and to hit odds would take about 4 to 6 hours. So on average, it would take me about 4 to 6 hours to get that Dust Stone, of doing nothing but like biking up and down with repels, checking dust clouds. So I don't know what the option is, or what the answer is. I mean, I have some time. I haven't started grinding levels on any of the Pokemon for this section, so I got some time. But it's not gonna be something I can like do passively while I'm grinding levels. Is the stinky part. Whether I get it from Joint Avenue or I get it from the Dust Clouds, I'm going to have to focus on those. It won't just happen while I'm leveling up. And that's my story. Thank you all for coming to my Black 2, White 2 Professor Oak Challenge Grape session. You know the website that checks Munchlax trees in your Platinum game? I have a link I can give you, John. I don't know it off the top of my head, but one of the Professor Oak... Well, the Professor Oak guide that I'm going to be using for Gen 4 has a link in it to that site. You want me to send it to you? What's up, Jaden Lee? Please? Alright. Give me 1 second. Copying has levitate, right? Yeah. Thought so. Back and clean your workspace. Needed it. Nice. Good job, Clocky. And Loops, what's going on? Hello. Good to see you. Alright, I'm literally the messenger, John. I copied the link from the guide and I put it in DMs. So if that doesn't work for you, you're not allowed to be mad at me. I got the stone in the strange house. The strange house, I don't think I have access to yet. I think that's the first one that is available as a static item. But I don't believe I can access that yet. I'd be happy to be wrong, Jerry. I'd be over the moon, excited and happy to be wrong. I'm doing good, Loops. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Because if that's the case, then I can't... Oh, is it after Gym 6? Dang it, you got me excited, Jerry. How dare you? Dang it, Jerry. See how he treats me? And now he's laughing. You know, it's one of those things that we've just become so used to and accustomed to during this challenge that we don't really pay attention to it anymore. But can I just remind everyone how crazy it is that I have 139 Pokemon out of the original 151 registered in my Dex, and I only have 3 badges? Isn't that crazy? I'm working on number 140. I have 3 badges. I'd imagine probably, as far as the old school games go, I would imagine Johto is the other games where you can kind of jump all around gyms. Because the X and Y, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and the Black 2 White 2 have been very linear. Is Gen 5 harder? It is... excuse me. It's definitely more time consuming. Because in Gen 5 and apparently in Gen 6, the way experience works is the higher level you are above the Pokemon you're battling, the less experience you get. So like it scales, right? So like if I'm a level 10 Pokemon and I'm taking on a level 15 Pokemon, I'm going to get a lot more experience for beating that battle than if I was a level 40 Pokemon battling that level 15. So like the higher level you get, the slower the experience crawl is. There were, in the first section when I was trying to get, like, let's say the starters up to level 36, there were battles where I was literally getting 5 experience points. And I needed to have like 40,000 total experience points. So it definitely more time consuming. And at that point, that early in the game, there's no experience share. There's no lucky eggs. You can't even trade. You can't even access trading yet that early. So it was just brute force. Welcome back, Mewtwo. But it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I was talking about last weekend. I think it's kind of ironic. For years, I've said that Gen 5 is my least favorite gen because of the grinding, like the massive amount of grinding that was needed for those games with how high of a level Pokemon evolved at on average. And here I am doing a Professor Oak challenge, which is literally nothing but grinding, and I'm having fun with it. Yeah, in my experience, the most frustrating thing for me about Professor Oak challenges is when you hit an RNG bottleneck, and I will say so far Black and White has had the most. I needed to get a 1% or a 1% Sunstone pickup from pickup Pokemon in order to beat Section 2. What was the Section 1? It might have been, yeah, it was Section 1. In order to beat Section 1, I needed to evolve Sunkern into Sunflora, which requires a Sunstone, which is only available via a Pokemon with pickup at level 21 and above. So I had to have a level 21 Lillipup, and after every battle, there's a 10% chance it would find an item, and from that 10% chance, there's a 1% chance that it would get a Sunstone. I had a similar situation with a Moonstone a couple of badges later. Why did I just use the Ace codes? You're right, Ari, I should have. Good morning, Ariana. And then now I'm having this issue with the Dusk Stone. There's something else. There's something else that was very RNG based. I can't remember what it was. So for me, the RNG sections are the most frustrating. Oh, I remember what it was. I actually had to ask my my council of 5. I have a council of 5 that I go to when I need them to weigh in on decisions. And the issue is that in the hidden grottos, which are another annoyance to me, in Lost Lorn Forest, in White 2, there is a 0.75% chance that a Pokemon in the hidden grotto will be a Heracross. Now, there's only a 10% chance to begin with that the hidden grotto will have a Pokemon, and every 256 steps, there's only a 5% chance that the hidden grotto will respawn. So a 5% chance for it to respawn times a 10% chance for it to have a Pokemon times a 0.75% chance of it to be Heracross. I was looking at something like a 0.003% chance of getting that Heracross. However, in Black 2, it's higher. It's reversed with the Pinsir. Pinsir is available in the wild in White 2. Heracross is available in the wild in Black 2. So I had to get the approval from my Council of 5 to treat it as a version exclusive. Lucky Egg in this game. I do not have a Lucky Egg in this game. It's only available via Thief, via Chansey, and I didn't want to. After finally catching the Chansey, I didn't want to see that thing ever again. I think it's a 5% chance that it's holding it. Yeah, I am having a lot of fun with these Professor Oak challenges for some weird masochistic reason. And plus, I'm finally playing Black and White 2 for the first time ever. I bought Black 2 when it came out, but then I went on a little bit of a Pokemon sabbatical soon after buying it. I never beat Black 2. I never picked up White 2. It wasn't until a streamer several years ago by the name of I Am Ancient did a Black 2 playthrough on his channel. I realized I don't remember any of this. I don't think I played this game. And then I went and checked my Black 2 cartridge, and it was like, yeah, it was saved after, like the last save was like after the second badge. Tristan, why do you ban me? You're not banned, because I see your message. I don't know what you're talking about. If you were banned, I wouldn't be able to see your message. But welcome in, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Do you remember me? I come in streams asking if racist comments are allowed. Oh, probably because of that then. That might be the reason why. I banned you on other streams. Yeah, that would probably be the reason why. If I have. Yeah, I remember now. We had to talk about this. We had a conversation about this. About how that's not the best way to introduce yourself to new friends. Hope all is good. Yeah, man. Things have been good. How about you? Well, 25. There we go. Only 15 more levels for Lord Helix. A Mud Shot, which we will replace Withdraw with. Another thing about Professor Oak challenges that I learned very early on is forget about status moves. Forget about anything other than offensive moves. Because you're going to be doing a lot of grinding. You're going to need as many attacking moves as possible. So don't even bother with anything other than offensive moves. You got banned for spoofing. Oh my goodness. Why you spoof? I'm just kidding. I know why you spoof. I know why everybody spoofs. I don't blame spoofers. But it is technically against terms of service, so you can't be surprised when you do get banned. It's a chance you gotta take. Seeing Jubilee get added to Rivals made you so happy because the OG X-Men cartoons, one of the things got you into Marvel, and you've always loved your character. Nice, Loops! What's spoofing? It's basically tricking the app into thinking you are in a different physical location than you are. So, like, I could be sitting here in Pennsylvania, and if I could spoof myself into Japan and catch the exclusives, the regional exclusives over there. So proud of yourself for teaching Blastoise Skull Smash because it was the first time you had to use a stat increasing move. Nice. Yeah, like it's like going against everything I've learned over the past 25 years. To have moves, at least one move that's not an attacking move, but in these Professor Oak challenges, it really doesn't matter. The stat moves. It's just all about actual damage you can do. I already forgot what Pokemon this is. Okay, making. I got Goldfish Brain. You hate when strange numbers call you. You have a 0% chance of picking it up. That's why you never answer my calls. That makes sense. Alright, I do have to run to the little streamer's room real quick. When I get back, we will do something. I don't know if Anne-Marie is here, but we will probably play Guess the Something. While I'm gone, though... Jess is in charge. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Stretch and do jazz hands. That's a good idea. Everyone should stretch and do jazz hands. Okay. Let's play. Thank you. I am back. Thank you. And you're Jerry. Let's go ahead and play Guess the Marvel Superhero. We're going to start off with Guess the Marvel Superhero today. This is a game where I have a book with a Marvel superhero, and if you guess who it is, I will ramble on and bore you to tears for a couple minutes with the book. It's not Storm, it's not Spider-Man 2099, it's not Green Arrow. It's not Magic, it's not Human Torch. It's not Captain Planet. It's not the Thing. It's not Silver Surfer. It's not Colossus. It's not Armor. Nice shout out there, though, Clocky. Is Armor in Marvel Rivals now? Or when I say now, I mean like probably since the beginning and I just didn't realize it. Not Thor. No, not yet. Okay. Well, then big shout outs to you. Not Gambit. Not Fantastic Four. Not Venom. Not Daredevil, not Wolverine. Not Nightcrawler. Why is that hidden? I don't understand YouTube sometimes. Not X-Men. Not Doctor Strange. I'll give you guys a hint, because you guys desperately need one. This Marvel superhero has not had a movie in the MCU, but he has appeared in the MCU. Not Howard the Duck. Just got a shiny Stunfisk. Nice. Also, it's 16 minutes after 10 and I still haven't dropped my incense. Not Nova. God, I would love a Nova movie. Not Obnoxio. Not Jeff. Item. Incense. I got 5 incense, now 4. Cubchoo, not shiny. Vulpix, not shiny. Bird Knight, not shiny. Toddle. First shiny. First shiny. Shiny Citadel. Oh my gosh, this is the best Go Fest ever. I love it. Not She-Hulk. Not Blade. My name is Jeff. Thank you, Mewtwo. And Cots. Alright. But it is, in fact, not Vision. It's Namor. Airy got it. It's Namor the Submariner, who strikes for Atlantis. There he is in some polluted water. Everyone's sleeping. I think he had some bad beans. This is all the Submariner comics from 1968 to 1970. This is, as everyone knows, Razzy's favorite superhero. As you can see, there's Namor wearing underpants. Here he is fighting the Human Torch in his underpants. That fish loves Sue Storm, he really does. Here he is with Triton, another underpants fish guy. You remembered him in the movie, but you knew he didn't have one. You're so smart. Here is him fighting Dr. Doom in his underpants. But yeah, I haven't read this one yet. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually waiting. There's going to be a new one coming out early next year, which is volume 2. This is volume 3. This starts with issue 4. I know that doesn't make any sense, but trust me, it does. This starts with issue 4. So I want volume 2 to come out so I can start from the beginning of the series and read through. Yeah, he really do be fighting everyone. You really do be. You do indeed. But yeah, I just got that one probably a couple months ago. Pretty excited about it. But good job, Ariana. You win. Unknown, not shiny. He doobie doo. I already forgot what Pokemon I'm fighting. Okay, Mankey. Why do I keep forgetting that? If I spend 8 Pokestops or gyms, I can get an incense. Unfortunately, I'm not at home. There's a Tropius! Nice. I need a Tropius. I don't have a Tropius in Pokemon Go. You go to the side of sauce, and it's awesome sauce, right? All right, got my Tropius. Wait, why didn't that pop up like with new Pokédex? I already had a Tropius from GoFest 2022. I didn't realize that. Okay, well now I got my second one to send to home. Okay, good. Wonder if Relicanth is spawning? I hope so. I'm always on that dang phone. Ari, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to be. I really don't want to be. I really don't want to be. Can get shiny Tropius for life. You got 3 shiny Bouffalon though? Nice. I got my shiny Bouffalon a few months ago. I was really excited about it. Because I was talking to Matthew, Wolf and Toon. I think at the time, things will change after this weekend. I think at the time, shiny Bouffalon was like one of the, like outside of events, I think it was like one of the rarest shinies you could get. Because it's such a small little geographic area where Bouffalon spawns, and I happen to be in it. It's basically like just New York and Pennsylvania. I think we're making good progress. All right, level 26 on Lord Helix. A couple more levels, and Lord Helix might be able to do some battles on his own. Does Omanite learn any ice moves? I don't think so. I mean, it can through TMs. I don't think it learns them naturally. I know it's not shiny. You love how Twitch plays Pokemon. Deified that Pokemon, right? Even I know about that. And Ari, you know how internet culture blind I am. How naive I am to the memes of the world. Even I know about that. Even I watched that. Not live, but I watched videos about it several years ago. Yeah, these are spawning quickly. Spice Pokemon is an amazing thing. You remember tuning in every so often to see how far they've come. I think I probably would have enjoyed watching it live. I wasn't aware of it until years after the fact. But, I mean, it was early on in my YouTube era that started back in 2020. That was like the first time I would actually like watch things on YouTube as opposed to just like clicking on the links that people sent me. So like even before like I got involved in this community and everything, like that was one of the first things I checked out. I watched a lot of videos on that. I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of one of those things that brings that everyone must know, like the lyrics of Mr. Brightside. Exactly like the lyrics of Mr. Brightside. That's 3 unknown in a row, and not a single one of them has been shiny. I'm happy about the shiny Satitan. Or Satotl, I mean. When he looks level 27. If we get up to level 30, I'll start trying to do levels on its own. This is going... I mean, we still have 13 levels to go, but this is going fairly quick. Destiny is calling me. destiny is calling me. You sent your manga collection missing a volume. Uh-oh, Ariana, which one is it missing? Please tell me it's not the next one you have to read. Please tell me that you noticed in advance that it's missing one. $18, just finished 14. All right, so you have a little time. Knowing you and how you've been reading that means you got about a day and a half. Well, that's stinky. Is that something that is going to be available to you, or is it going to be a pain in the tuchus to track it down? Have I watched any animes? I have seen some. So I grew up when I was like a teenager. I grew up in an era where there weren't a lot of anime shows. There's a lot of anime movies. So the majority of anime that I've seen is movies. Things like Vampire Hunter D, Project A-ko, Akira, obviously, especially the 13th anniversary special edition steelbook of Akira. Stuff like that. I have seen a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies, not all of them, but a lot of them. And TV show wise, I've seen most of Cowboy Bebop, which I understand how ridiculous that is to say because there's like literally like a dozen episodes or something of Cowboy Bebop. I've seen the first 15 episodes or so of Death Note. I've seen the first handful of episodes of Trigun, the original Trigun, that came out in the late 90s. Really enjoyed that. I'd like to get back into that. I've seen the first handful of episodes of Demon Slayer. And I've seen the first about 170 episodes of One Piece. It's something that is kind of a blind spot for me, and I'm definitely not against it, but it's, I'll put it this way. There used to be this show on AMC called Mad Men. Mad Men was a show on AMC. It's basically what made John Hamm famous. I had a lot of great other great actors in it as well. And it's about an ad agency in New York during the late 50s into the 60s into the 70s. I work at an advertising agency, so not only was it a good, well-produced, well-written drama show from one of the writers of The Sopranos, it also was about something that, it's about my profession. So I thought it was really good. Whenever I watched it, I loved it. I would binge it. But I was rarely in the mood to watch it. Like, it would take a lot for me to sit down and say, I'm going to watch Mad Men today. And then once I started Mad Men, I would binge it like the whole rest of the day. Because I would just here's how old I'm talking. I would let the episodes build up on my TiVo. And then I would just sit down and binge okay, now I'm all caught up with the current episodes. Anime is kind of like that with me. I don't often sit down and say, I'm going to watch some anime today, but when I do, I end up watching it in big spurts. I've seen some of the Pokemon movies. That's another thing. I know it's weird. I don't think of Pokemon as anime just because, I don't know. It's like a life, it's taken on a life of its own in my mind. I watched all the show from the beginning up through the first maybe 20 to 30 episodes of Johto Journeys. I've seen random episodes here and there. And I watched a majority of Pokemon Journeys on Netflix. And I watched the first 10 or 12 episodes of Horizons. I saw the first 4 movies. And then a few random movies. I saw the Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I saw the one with Zarude and the Shiny Celebi. I think I saw the Hoopa one. It's because everyone tells you Pokemon is an anime, and it is. No, I mean, Pokemon is definitely anime. It's just I don't think of it as anime in my mind because it's like part of a passion I already have. I guess if you understand what I'm trying to say there, Eric. Um, if I sit and think about it, yes, it's 100% anime. It's just I don't in my head I don't lump it in with other anime shows. You're unbeatable. What's up, Furt? Welcome back. Well, Pokemon Advanced Battle. I wish I knew the tempo to that one. I know, I know Johto Journeys. I know Pokemon Johto. Oops, hit the wrong button. Still knocked it out. Alright, we gotta be getting close to... Yeah, it's level 28. Once we get to level 30, I'm gonna take out Lord Helix on its own and see how it does. What moves does Lord Helix have right now? Doesn't even have any rock moves yet. Got a lot going on trying to figure stuff out. Fair enough. Lucario movie was good. Not a huge Lucario fan because I think it's overhyped. You'll train it anyway. That movie made you cry, and if a movie makes you cry, you consider it good. I think that's a good sign. You know, unless it's like it makes you cry because of how terrible it is. Like, oh my god, I don't want to watch this movie anymore. It's horrible. Has anyone here ever stopped watching a movie because of how bad it was? Like literally just like turned it off and said, I can't watch anymore. This is terrible. It's happened to me once in my life. Because I'm one of those people, I feel like even if it's bad, I feel like this weird, unearned obligation that I need to finish it. It's totally a me thing. I want to make sure I get the name of this movie right. Yep, that's it. Yes, and it's always been a horror movie. Always dropping the horror movies, huh? Happens to you all the time so you can't even remember the names. It happened to me once. When I was like 11 years old, my mom and I went to the movie, like the video store, and we rented a movie. It's from 1990. It's a PG movie called Treasure. And it was so bad that my mom and I stopped the movie about 20 minutes in and took it back to the video store. Now, I don't mean bad like offensive or like disgusting or anything. It was, I mean, it's a family movie. It was just a terribly made movie. Walked out of the movie theater in the middle of The Happening years ago. To be fair, if I went to go see... No, you know what? I would still stick around. I didn't see The Happening in theaters, but I would probably still stick through it just to, like, see how bad it got. The answer would be extremely bad. So it happened to you years ago. You forgot the name of the movie and tried watching it again for gay, and then you stopped once you remembered. Oh my gosh. Like, because sometimes, like, I really like bad movies. A movie sometimes can be so bad, it's amazing. Like, you know, hilarious how badly it is. Other times, it's just bad. Respectable amount of time though, maybe 15, 20 minutes in. Yeah, I mean, you gotta give it a shot. The raisins, I've never seen the raisins. I mean, I've seen the California raisins, but I'm assuming it's something you're talking about. Raisins. I'm assuming that's a movie? Meet the Raisins? No, that's California Raisins. And yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the Claymation television special. Is Night at the Museum really as bad as people say it is? So, I'm not a huge fan of the Night at the Museum franchise personally, but I wouldn't say it's bad. I mean, they're well put together movies. It's just not really my style, but um, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a terrible movie. It's just, you know, whether or not you like that type of movie. I'd definitely say if you're curious, give it a shot, see if you like it. Like, I think, like, there's a lot of movies out there I don't like or have any interest in seeing. That doesn't mean I think they're bad movies. I just don't think, or I know that I don't enjoy them. And that, you know, that's where personal taste comes into play. Like, there can be a movie that I don't personally like or want to see, but I can still appreciate, you know, why people like it. I just happen to not. The Dune franchise is a good example of that. I tried watching Dune. I did not enjoy it. That's one. Okay, you know what? That is another one. I did stop watching Dune. It wasn't for me, but I can understand why so many people like it. I can understand why it's a popular franchise. It's just not for me. Here's one movie you walked out of. Can't remember the name, but you remember your mom telling you should go. And ever since then, you've never listened to any of your mom's recommendations. The only should I say for GoFest, Solgaleo and Lunala? Let me check. I'm actually on Leak Duck right now. Leak Duck. I don't know if the Pikachus are new, the Team Instinct, Team Mystic, and Team Valor hats, but those are shinyable. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the section with the new shinies? You know what? I don't know. I am not well versed enough in Pokemon Go to even look up the information for you. I'm sorry, Matthew, I've let you down. Someone silly, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Xavier, hello, welcome in. I think I'm correct. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't find. It's weird. I could have sworn I've seen it before. I don't see a section that specifically says new shinies available. But when I go to shinies, it does talk about the costumes and the Tropius and Bouffalons. And I think just because those are like they toggle the switch on for this weekend. Like they're gonna turn them back off after the event. But I don't see anything that specifically talks about new shinies. Someone silly, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for popping in. Am I Mr. Mime? Could you find a barrier between us? Oh my goodness, Sean O'Brien. I don't know how I feel about that. But happy Saturday. How you doing? Welcome in. It's a good one though. I like that. And down goes Peter. Oh well. Peter got some good play today. No shiny Tynamo. So far I've gotten one shiny. I got myself a shiny Citadel, which I'm pretty happy about. It's clocked up work trying to riz my fellow Poketubers with some Pokemon at pickup lines. Nice. I like it. Hope work went well. I'm good with the chop. If we can get this done... no, we're not going to be able to, I don't think. I think we're definitely going to get Omastar today. I don't think we're going to get Kabuto. That's what I'm suggesting. You like the shape of my skull? Is that Riz? That's the rizziest Riz that ever rizzed, Ariana. That's the kindest thing you've ever said to me. No shiny more. Like my hat? Thank you. I like it too. That's why I wear it. Oh, Ariana. I don't think you were here yet. I was all excited. One of my favorite reaction channels. I like them so much I actually spend money on their Patreon. Is currently doing a poll for what the next long-form TV show is they're doing. And I've gotten burnt the last 2 polls. Not really burnt, because what ended up winning was Chernobyl and Severance, and they're both good shows too. But with less than a day left in the poll, look at what's winning. Not Andor, although that's doing pretty well. Not Sopranos or The Boys, although that's doing well. Not Psych, not White Lotus. Lost. Lost is winning right now at 21%. Although I wouldn't be upset about The Wire winning either. But yeah, my favorite reaction channel is about to start watching my favorite show. Unless everyone from like Andor or The Boys decides to switch teams. Lyco40, thank you so much. Lacey, thank you all so much for the likes. I would like one of my reaction channels to watch The Wire at some point. That is a great show. Eric, I just saw your DM. Eric, I'm going to pay specific attention to that and respond to you after the stream. But thank you. Play the level 200 hyperspace version of Mega Slobo. Good luck, Lacey. I hope you crush it. Okay, going. Good luck today. Bye, everyone. John Strecker, you have a great day, buddy. Hope everything goes the way you want it to. I don't know. That was kind of a really generic and cheesy thing to say, but have a good day. Later, John. That's what I should have gone with. And someone just subscribed. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you. We do have a little bit of ground to regain since my little time off. Next goal would be to hit 25-25 again. That'd be pretty sweet. Trademark that hefty great Hallmark card. Thanks, Matthew. I appreciate you. Each like equals one head pat for me. I like that idea. Head pats are nice. Alright, let's take Lord Helix out for a spin and see how it does against coughing. I have no stab moves. That's not true, I have water gun. Not bad. What kind of garbage bags do I use? Please, what kind of a question is that? What type of garbage bags do you think I use? Come on now. It's almost embarrassing. Now let's go ahead and heal in case I need to switch out. Now with drawstrings, that's right, baby. Matthew, isn't it weird to imagine that there used to be a time when there were no drawstrings on garbage bags and you literally had to grab the sides of the bag and tie them together? Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. No, I don't use wimpy bags. That's silly. I use hefty, hefty, hefty. Those were disgusting times. Literally disgusting times. Haven't tied those bags twice? Oh, absolutely. Still using cheap bags? Come on, Ariana. What do you think this is? Like 1972? It's not 1972, Ariana. Lapras? Not shiny. The year is 6-7. Yes. Recently got a shiny Gothitelle. It should be in Pokemon Champions so you can use it. I 100% agree. Congratulations on the Gothitelle. Did you get that in Scarlet Violet? Anne-Marie's back. Okay, great. Perfect. Perfect. That means it's time to open up a 10-pack. We're going to open up a 10-pack of, what did we say? Which set is it, Anne-Marie? Come on, Anne-Marie. You're running the show here, aren't you? Court Scarlet Violet? Nice. Yeah, Fantastical Parade. That's it. Alright, we're going to open up a 10-pack of Fantastical Parade. That is going in reverse order. The last set of which I don't have the immersives. So we're going to open up a 10-pack. Let's hope for that Meowth or Gardevoir. Here we go. I had the base set done. I'm sure there's some chase cards I'm still missing. I know I actually think I have a gold card from this set. I can't remember. If I get the shiny Umbreon EX, do anything to trade it with you? We could probably negotiate, Razzie. Alright, Medicham, Purloin, Galarian Ponyta, Mawile, and Pierce. Hope I get what I need. Thank you, Eric. Galarian Ponyta, Pyroar, Ladian, Jaw Fossil, and Training Area. Galarian Ponyta. I think every pack's had Galarian Ponyta. Litleo, Toxel, Kangaskhan, Juggler, Gigalith EX, Punkaboo, Litleo, Sentret, Delibird. I like that Delibird. We got an extra shiny Vaporeon full art. Ooh. Sinistea, Persian, Phalanx, Ladybug, Scrafty, Talo, Woolen Vulpix, Reboot, Mudkip, the Cephalon EX, Chop, Toxel, Protective Poncho, Machoke, Phalanx. That's it, Protective Poncho. I actually had that gold card. Sandslash, Talo, Starting Plains, Arrokuda, Training Area, Diantha, Plusle, Pikachu, Bagon, and Deedee. That's our first chase card. Machop, Ferroseed, Tandemaus, Vanillux, Juggler. Emery. Emery. What the hell was that? I know you got a lot on your mind right now. You got GoFest going on. You got birthday party to go to. You got errands to run. For one full art card? Really? Really? Such brutal, you're sorry? I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Amory is still my pocket, I was gonna say my pocket partner, but that sounds weird. Amory, I don't hold it against you publicly. Alright, let's keep going. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. She's my pocket pal. Yeah, it just sounds weird. Lord Helix goes down. That Seismic Toss is a brute because it's a set 29 HP every time. That one's never gonna sound right. It isn't, Ariana. It isn't. I gotta sacrifice all these too. That's junk. That's absolute junk right there. What happened the last 5 minutes? Everything just fell apart. Not shiny. Use an instance at home, gain 1 spawn each minute, only 1 Tropius and Buffalon so far. I've only seen 1 Tropius, Matthew, but honestly, like, for the last half hour or so, like, every 3rd spawn for me has been a Buffalon. So, yeah, I think you're getting scammed. It's been probably about 70 to 80% Buffalon and unknown. Sherbert Celsius, that sounds yummy. Litleo, I haven't seen a Litleo. More like 6 to 7%. Hey, 6, 7. You said the thing. $35 Tropius during the whole event? How many incenses was that Mewtwo? And when you say the whole event was all 10 hours? Sherbert Kelvin, nice. I get it. That's a temperature joke. You don't want to poison. All 10 use 4 incense. That's... yeah, 35 is pretty low, huh? That seems pretty wild. How many times have you told Aries to stop with the 6-7 stuff? At least 6-7 times. Approximately 70. I see what you did there. Because of your last name, everyone just says Eric Sherbert. Okay. No, that's not your name. That is not your name. All unknown or shinyable, yes. I do know that. I've heard enough people say that. Yeah. Yeah, it took me a second, Eric. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen the name. It's kind of turned into generic in my head. I had to think back to what it was. Including the punctuations. I don't even think I've seen the punctuations. Vulpix, not shiny. First two insect spawns were unknown, not shiny. What's the 139 out of 141 for? Vodka. Over yourself. Oh my gosh, your little sloppy drink. We are doing a Professor Oak challenge. In order to get my fourth badge, my fourth gym badge, I need to have 141 Pokemon completely caught and evolved as far as possible in my decks. The last two Pokemon I need before I get my fourth badge is Omastar and Kabutops. So I'm currently training Omanite. Question mark unknown but not shiny. Yeah, I don't even think I've seen them before. Went to spawn. Here we go. Not shiny, unknown E. You got a shiny exclamation mark? That's crazy. Give us unknown ampersand already. Jerry, I will not rest until every single grammatical symbol. Punctuation mark. That's what I was trying to say. Every single punctuation. That needs to be a thing. Comma. Yeah, I want a comma. I want a period. I want an open parenthesis. I want a close parenthesis. I want open quotes. I want a close quotes. I want a brackets. I want an ellipses. An apostrophe. Yep, there's another Bouffalant, not shiny. Sneasel, not shiny. Asterisk, the asterisk would be good. Dot things over a random letter. Like an umlaut. I think, you know what? I think we could do regional unknowns with like umlauts, accent aigus, accent graves. The fact that you are where you are is completing the dex and where you are badge-wise as well. I know, right? 139 Pokemon I have registered my Pokédex. I have 3 badges. It's crazy. Upside down exclamation point for Paldea, right? Ooh, yeah, the, what is that called? It's... I should know this. I took German for 4 years. I lived in Germany for 3. Weirdly good? Thank you, Mewtwo. It's, well, I can think of it as Strauss, but Strauss has that at the end. What's it called? Jerry, please save me. Yes, SZ. SZ. Thank you. Matthew, you're mean. As usual. Alright, level 31 on Lord Helix. Only 9 levels to go. Leer, we don't want Leer. Actually, do we want Leer? You want to pop back in? Hope work is going well for you, buddy. No, I don't want Leer. Should have just said German S. No, S set. That I do remember that now. But yeah, I think we need like a whole bunch of more, what's going on? We need a whole bunch more unknowns. What's this unknown that spins around, looks like a 1? A 1? You when you first said 2-0, Pookie. Good job, buddy. Keep it up. Oh, the hour changed. So now we're gonna have more, electric types. There's Mareep. That's not shiny. That Tynamo's not shiny. Is this Slugma shiny? No. Didn't have a face-to-face conversation with the freezer floor today? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm just gonna catch this stupid Lechonk and get it out of the way. It's my free daily spawn. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, probably Q or an exclamation point. That would make sense. Anne-Marie, put a picture of it in the Discord. What's up, Mia? Okay, it's Q. Gotcha. Ponyta not shiny. Maybe they don't have the letter in the info. You know what? You're right. I never thought about that. I guess it's... Have they ever... double fisting it using your wife's Pogo account? That's a crazy message there, Matthew. Have they ever officially translated the unknown? Or has it always just been like an assumption that you'll figure out that it's the alphabet? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, has there ever been like a Rosetta Stone type deal in Pokemon? Like, you know how like shinies were in Pokemon games for like a long time, but it was a very, very long time before they actually kind of like acknowledged shinies? Have they ever like canonically like in the games discussed how the unknowns represent letters? Writing in Pokemon isn't English, is it? It's not any real language. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm getting at. Although a lot of the unknowns do seem to be based off of romantic letters. I think that's the right term. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, have they ever, like, within the games, discussed what the unknowns represent? I know there's the unknown Dex in a few games, but I don't think they discussed it there either. Yeah, the alphabet, but I mean, like, has that ever been canonically like in Pokemon games? Have they ever been like, oh, this unknown represents the letter A? Or is it just weird? There's 28 different variants of unknown. I think the unknowns are supposed to look to them how their language looks to us, which is wonderful. That's pretty cool. I never thought of it that way, Ariana. I'm just curious if they've ever, within the games, discussed the fact that the unknown forms represent written letters. Never paid enough attention to the runes of Owl stuff to be sure, but pretty sure it's just hinted at. Interesting. Huh. That's something I would be curious to find out. Because, I mean, we all know it, right? Like, it's not a surprise to anyone. The different unknown forms are the letters of the alphabet. The 26 romanticized letters, I think that's the right term, plus the question mark and exclamation point. But do the people in the Pokemon games know that? Or do they just think it's like, here's this weird Pokemon that has 28 different forms for some reason? I just blew your mind. You bet that's the intention? Ariana blows my mind a lot. There's my second Tropius. Not shiny. Can maybe guess they're aware. Yeah. I might have to do some research into that. I'm curious. Archaeologists have translated them the way we translate hieroglyphics. Your wife just spawned in a huge L. A huge L for Matthew's wife. Ranjot Singh, what's up? Good to see you. Ami, not shiny. Unknown you, not shiny. Shiny Bouffalon, good job! Congratulations, Anne-Marie. Is that your first shiny of the day? Any luck with the incense spawns? Steven, I have not gotten any shinies from incense spawns. However, when I did fire up the game after 10 o'clock my time, there was a Citadel in the next door neighbor's backyard, and it was shiny. So I have gotten one shiny so far. And it was Citadel, which was brand new for me. So that was very exciting. I didn't even check to see its stats. I usually don't pay attention to that stuff. I also got my apparently second Tropius. I didn't think I have any. I got my second Tropius, which was the main objective for me today. So I can put that in my home decks. Hey, not bad. That's not bad. For a random shiny? That's not bad at all. What is that? 14... 10, 13? I don't know. I don't know stat stuff, things like that. But that's pretty good. Thank you, Mia. I stole my neighbor's shiny. That's right, and he's not getting it back. How are we doing on health? Ooh, Lord Helix needs to get healed. Unknown A is not shiny. I think I already have an A shiny. I have an A shiny. That sounds really weird. Does anyone else have an A shiny? Thank you, Anne-Marie. I'm playing Go Fast and witnessed a fist fight between a driver and a cyclist. So you got shinies and entertainment. I mean, you know, a lot of people would pay big money for that. You have a ant. Don't have an A shiny. Oh my goodness. That'd be crazy. You got an tiny A shiny today. And tiny A shiny. That broke my brain a little bit. Hey, Aaron. Are you shiny? No, you is not shiny. You ever told you had to cut back? Dang. Ah, freaking seismic toss. That's brutal. You sure love English. You sure do. I am blown away. This is a genuine thing. This isn't me like just blowing smoke. I am every week blown away by the people in the chat that are not native English speakers and how well they write in English. It it makes me feel so dumb. It's incredible. And not only that, I'm looking at people like Slowpoke, I'm looking at people like Mewtwo. Not only is it not your native language, you get things like puns and turns of phrase. Like things that are very, um, very insular to the language. It's not just like being able to speak the language. Like you get like the inside jokes of the language, if you will. It blows my mind. Meanwhile, I am proud that I remember a couple of very simple phrases in German and French. Ooh, Turtonator! It's not shiny, but I think I need that for my decks. One unknown fled? What? That's stupid. I got Turtonator. It's okay, it's not new to me. I couldn't remember if it was or not. Oh, let me check this Tropius. Tropius not shiny. But I don't think I have a Turtonator in home. Thank you, Hefters and Mia. No, thank you, Mewtwo. It's genuinely very impressive, and I'm not trying to say that like, what's the word I'm looking for? Vantic? Is that the word? Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's so nice how you can speak English. No, I mean, I'm genuinely freaking impressed. You guys speak English better than most English-speaking people do. I did already have a Turtonator. Dang it, I got excited for no reason. All right. Learning another language is hard, but if you're young, it's way easier. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That is something that condescending. Yeah. That's closer to what I was trying to think of, Mia. Condescending is closer to what I was trying to think of. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I know, at least from my time that I spent in Germany, I know that German schools taught kids, dual languages. They would teach them German and English from basically first grade on. And I do think that is something that we are missing in the U.S. Like, for me, in my lifetime, my experience, language was an option until middle school. And then, like, that was a thing all through middle school, high school, college. But it was an elective, like, it wasn't required. Can you compliment you too? You learned English when you were only a baby, Ariana. You learned it when you were only a baby. I'm very impressed. You're 13, 14 years old. I was a little bit younger than that. It just happened to be like, I'm sure like at the school that I was at, the middle school I went to back in the early 90s. In 6th grade, language was an elective. And I took French 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And then went to Germany, went to an American military school in 9th grade. And 9th, 10th, actually no, I don't think I did in 9th grade, but 10th and 11th grade, I took German. And then when I moved back to the U.S. for 12th grade, I took French again because I just wanted an easy class. And then in college, I took German 102 my freshman year. And then my senior year, I took French 101 because I wanted an easy class. So basically, I took the introduction to 2 languages several times and never advanced past that. I had the option to start in 8th grade, then 9th grade, most people did actually take the second language. Gotcha. Ari didn't say a word until she was like 6 or 7. Nice. Well played. 6, 7 years old. There's a question mark. I don't know if I have a question mark. I'm gonna catch this. Of course I was poisoned. Why wouldn't I be? This is getting a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Particularly this wheezing. Correct, madam. Nice. Ari, did I tell you, or did I dream tell you that I finished that book? That is my first question mark. Nice. The Venom book. I finished it. Did I tell you that, or did I just dream that I told you that? Okay, let's pretend I didn't tell you that. I finished the Venom book, and I decided that instead of moving on to the second book, which, I mean, I want to read because I'm enjoying it, I wanted to take a pause and go to something I had been putting off for a while. I started New Mutants last night. I've read the first 40-ish so issues, like in the past, but it's been years, and I now have the entire 8-book set of the entire series. So that's what I'm working on now. And the first book does include the 4-issue Ileana and Storm miniseries. Nightbot's a nuisance, it really is. Yippee! Ariana's doing her best Anakin Skywalker impression. So I might send you some random pictures of awesome things. Thought that was Mario? No, that's Wahoo. Yeah, I guess Mario goes yippee too. Poor Jake Lloyd. He was all excited to be in a Star Wars film and had no idea that he was a terrible actor. Do a Wahoo. Wahoo! About to impersonate him again. Oh my goodness gracious. Ariana. Can't picture Hayden Christensen laying out a yippee. I can't either. Dang it! Why did I do that? Man, the time's flying by. I did say that we were going to start longer streams again today, and we are. Baja, what's going on? Good to see you again, man. We are going to start longer streams again today. However, we're not going straight up to 6 hours. I think it makes sense for this one particularly because it is GoFest. We're going to go until we evolve Omanite, which should probably take, I don't know, maybe a little under 2 hours. We'll go until evolve Omanite, and then that will be the end of this stream. Tomorrow we'll evolve Kabuto and get our 3rd badge, or our 4th badge. Any shows or other games lately? No games other than my White 2 Professor Oak challenge. Shows? Nothing new, really. Although it's been a couple of weeks since I've watched it. I need to finish watching season 1 of Widow's Bay on Apple TV. My friend got me into it. She's been yelling at me for a while to watch it. It's good. I just haven't set aside a lot of time to watch it. But I've mostly been catching, or not catching up, but following along with a couple of reaction channels that I watch, with them watching shows. Like the one reaction channel right now is about halfway through the 2nd season of Severance, so I'm rewatching that.
Yes, exactly, Mia. The first couple of generations of fossils were level 40. Wizard Base so good, you find yourself laughing more than anything else. Oh yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's a good mix of comedy with some genuinely spooky stuff in it. I'm about halfway through the season. I'm assuming you watched the whole thing, Clocky. So if I were to say something that wouldn't be a spoiler for you, um, the last episode I watched was episode 5, which involves him, um, Matthew Reeves' character. I can't remember his name, with the mushrooms, and he starts tripping out, and he starts like spacing out and coming to like hours later. And I was dozing on the couch watching it. So not only was he blacking out and coming to hours later, I watching it was dozing off and waking up minutes later. And it was the most confusing thing I've ever watched. Like I understood what was happening. Like you're already not supposed to be able to follow along, but I really couldn't follow along what was going on. 70s, show from the 70s have been your rotation the last week. I'm going to say Mork and Mindy. Did that start in the 70s or did that start in the 80s? I think it started in the 70s. Comedy with catchy intro. So Mork and Mindy's still an option. Certainly it's not Welcome Back, Kotter. Laverne and Shirley, that's a good shout. Or Happy Days. Off to Brekkie with Ma. All right, Jerry. I will talk to you later because you and I have to do the thing that we talked about yesterday. Every episode there's a misunderstanding. You're watching Three's Company. You are definitely watching Three's Company. Exceptionally heavy. I don't want to get into it and bring the vibes on. I'm sorry to hear that, Baja. I hope things improve for you. It's so funny and stupid, right? It is a very catchy intro now that you say that. What was, oh gosh, there's two, Mr. Roper was the first landlord, right? Mr. Roper. I think partway through the series they replaced him with a different character. You need to re-dye your hair. Furley reminds, hold on. It's literally been like 30 years since I watched Three's Company. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah. So it was Mr. Roper, and he got replaced by Mr. Furley. Wow. Wow, Razzie. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Don Knotts. Yippee! You love Don Knotts? He is a funny guy. More shiny Electabuzz. Still got to read Absolute Wonder Woman. Clocky, I've been keeping an eye out for you for the first volume of Absolute Superman. My store has the second volume, but they're sold out of the first volume, unfortunately. And they don't have any of Absolute Martian Manhunter. They do have both volumes of Absolute Flash. And, of course, they have like a billion copies of Absolute Batman. Some first issues and some stores near you. $25 is a good price. Which first issues? I'll let you know. Some of them, yes, that's a fantastic price. Some of them sounds a little overpriced. Absolute Superman for 25. That's probably pretty good. I think Superman is it started off as the least of the three, but I think it's been working its way up. Um, I think it's overtaken Wonder Woman as far as like hype and buzz. I would say 25 is probably a decent investment price for that one. Absolute Martian Manhunter is too. That that might be a little overpriced. I probably wouldn't go above like I don't think it right now. I don't think it should be over 20. Personally, Shiny Fire type baby for Shiny Fire type baby. That's right. What? I missed it. Yeah, Razzie. You know you can always bother me with Marvel questions. So the Martian Manhunter actually plays the physical. Yes, Clocky. That is 100% true. 100%. I mean, you'll still get that in the trade paperbacks, of course. But yeah, I was actually reading a little bit about that online last week. Because after I finished the final issue, I had to get online and type in what the heck happened in Absolute Martian Manhunter. Why am I too stupid to understand the story? And one of the things I found out is like that's one of the concerns about the digital issues is that it doesn't have those types of things. Send me a trade request for one of the immersives I need. For one of the immersives, what, Ariana? Are you fooling with me? 2 foot tall cutout of Danny DeVito. Best money you spent this year. Nice, I like that. Having you cut out. I did not do that, Clocky. I know, shocking. I didn't do that. So, are you just like reading about it, Clocky, or were you able to find it for yourself to read? I've never been so close to timing out Ariana before in my life. You got me all excited. They like shadow dropped. It's my own fault for thinking it would actually happen. They like shadow dropped increases to what you could trade. It's my fault, really. I probably missed an instant shiny by checking that. I did get Finneon. I so got Finneon. I missed Charizard. Dang it! Ah, nuts. Does Omanyte learn any good moves? Like, it's kind of wild that it hasn't learned a single rock move yet. I was actually hoping it could learn a rock move and I could take it down to the birds. Leo not shiny. I can teach it good moves. I don't want to use up my TMs though. I'm not even sure if I have any good TMs. Agent Power at 49 is the only rock move it learns. I could teach it Surf, Matthew. That's a fair point. I didn't think about that. Still not going to help with the birds, but it's definitely better than water gun. I will do that. Torchic, not shiny. I think I need one more Torchic. I definitely do not have Waterfall. Yeah, not physical, not physical. All water is special. All water is special. That video was incredibly immersive. It was like you were there in the water being a useless fish. You're clever. You're a clever girl. Like that one raptor in Jurassic Park, your favorite movie. All right, there we go. We got Surf. I do have Rock Tomb. 80 accuracy. Spider Zed, what's up? Spider Zed, how you doing? Okay, I'm going to teach you Rock Tomb. What else am I going to use it on, right? What even else would I use it on? Famously loves the raptor portrayals. You love how they shape the public perception of raptors. I know, Ariana, you were like over the moon excited when that movie came out. Remember, Ariana? Remember when you were like negative 12 years old and you went to the theater on opening night? And you were like, oh my gosh, they nailed it. That's exactly how raptors are. It wasn't a film, it was a revolution. It was. It taught everyone in the world the truth about raptors. Finally, after years of big raptor lying to people. I don't know. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. You killed me. Big paleontology. Thank you. Thank you. That's a good word. Biggest disconnection. You ever saw Jurassic Park as a kid? You only interacted with it once you were already a man. Once you were already a man is crazy. That was a documentary. Alright, we're going to go down and see the birds after we heal up. I have a feeling we're going to have more luck against the birds. Life finds a way indeed. What birthday present would I like? I would like, as a birthday present, for everyone to come out and hang with, come out and hang out with me on the 25th. And Ariana, thank you for the 100. How much DB says draw and play game? You want to go out, but not much trainers in your hometown? I hear you, Zed. I'm in the same boat. I got incense popped, and I'm just checking things around my house. You want to go out, but you'll be burnt the second you walk out of the house. How hot is it there for you, Eric? It's finally cooled down a little bit for me, where I am. We had some storms this week, so today is actually 79 currently. We have a high of 83. Thank you for the 6-7s to both Baja and Razzie. Never angle this right. Here we go. 6-7. See, it's like a 6 and a 7. 6-7. 6-7. 6-7. 7. 7. 7. 7. And Jess with the 6-7. You get that? That's very clever. Thank you, Ariana. Try 3-4. Let's get some 3-4 hype for Clocky. 34 months is crazy. Friends reference? Hell yeah. Three, 4. High of 90 in Cali, which isn't 100 degrees. That's a plus. Yeah, I actually, that is lower than I would have expected. You love the posse signs I do? I learned that from Busy Cross. She sent me a picture of her son and his friends hanging out throwing the 6-7 gang signs. So I learned how to do it myself so I could be hip like the kids. A juggalo at heart. I remember, I actually have a juggalo story for you. I know you're all excited. My freshman year of college, I lived in a dormitory, and I was making friends with people, and not with others, but some of them I did. And I made friends with this one guy. We're friends, right? Sure. Yeah, we weren't in college though. Him and I got along, and I got along with his roommate too. And him and I were hanging out, and we just kind of got to naturally to that point that you get in a friendship where just like, how about you let me know what music you listen to? What type of music is it that you enjoy? And I was talking about all the music that I enjoy and listen to, and he's like, "Oh, those are cool too. Have you ever heard the Insane Clown Posse?" And I was like, "No, actually, I have not heard the Insane Clown Posse." And he's like, "Well, let me play you some music." And he played me some music from the Insane Clown Posse. And I learned about them. That's my history of ICP and the Juggalos. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. I'm glad you found something that you enjoy. So when you say like the kids, it's to me like, ooh, the guy not of our generation is trying too hard. Exactly, that's the joke, jeez. Am I okay? I'm okay now. Eminem ICP beef? I did not. Was the beef something to the effect of... No, I'm not going to go there. I don't want a whole bunch of juggalos coming after me. I did not hear about that beef. I don't pay a lot of attention to like behind the scenes of like movies or music or TV shows or anything like that. That story sucked. Get out of here. Ariana, I'm sorry I let you down. Pink Pony Club on the radio the other day. That was the first time you heard it. I heard it for the first time a couple months ago. My radio station finally got it. You wrote to Lee that was the worst story you've ever heard. I don't know what you want from me, Razzie. I really don't. You're saying out of this, but keeping it twisted for life. Okay. I guess Jess is a juggalo. Thank you, Razzie. No, you were not. Okay. I don't know what's going on. The story was he played the music for me. I was not a fan of it. And then I moved on with my life. Only stations really branching out. No, that's our contemporary hits radio. I have heard the Miracle song with the magnets. That was definitely a thing. You wonder who's gonna play me in the movie That Story. Okay. Don Knotts. They're gonna dig up his janky old bones and get Don Knotts to play me. You dabble, but Twisted was found via ICP and they no longer in cahoots with... Oh, is Twisted a band? Is that some sort of a musical act? Every stream I say, someone remind me to buy revives and potions, and then no one ever does. They're on Whatnot as well? You mean Slipknot? It's your #1 rap duo. 5 potions and revives. Not now. Remind me later when it's convenient. Martin, what's going on? Good to see you. The app for buying and selling stuff. So there's a musical act that's on a shopping app. Guys, don't remind me now. Remind me like when I'm in town. My goodness gracious. Beggars can't be choosers. You're right. Jess, I've heard that they have some good deals on occasion with comics. I haven't checked it out yet. Zen, what's going on? Good to see you. You're -1 you're in town. I am in town right now. Let's go buy stuff. I don't even know how much money I have. Do I have money? Charles wants some pretty neat stuff. I might have to check that out. That might be a good place for like lots of stuff. And when I say lots, I don't mean like a lot. I mean lots as in a lot. You know what I mean? Not as in many, as in one item that contains many. A lot of comics. I have $114,000. That's a pretty good amount. Buy popcorn on Whatnot. Popcorn. Yeah, I'd be interested in learning who the good people are. If you want to let me know, Jess. Song Vacation. That's a great song. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, trying to get away. How goes the challenge? Pretty good. We're down to just needing Omastar and Kabutops before we can get our 4th badge. Zen, I've really enjoyed talking with you about X-Men 97. I mean this 100% honestly and truly. I'm glad I have an outlet for my discussions. What I've been reading, I just finished reading the first book of Agent Venom, that 2011 era when Flash Thompson was Venom, which is pretty good. It's written by Remender. And last night I just started finally reading New Mutants. I've read, like, I own all the issues, and I've read like the first like 40-ish issues, but it's been years. But now that I have all 8 volumes of the New Mutants Epic collections, I want to like sit down and read it all. So I just started it last night. Tip your hat to me. Determination and skill displayed in hunting is amazing. Well, thank you very much, Martin. I appreciate that. Have to get going, get ready for work, enjoy the peace and quiet for 2 hours. I got you, Jess. I'm in the know. I'm hip. I'm with it. Dungeon Crawler Carl, 6th book. Nice. How many books are there, Cheese? You think I'll be able to beat the gym leader now? You think so? Your mother and I are starting to worry. Ariana's my father, apparently. Ariana, you'd be a good dad. Taking me out, play catch, teaching me how to drive. Teaching me how to shave. Hefty, I am your father. Same, especially as a lot of the other comic community is quite toxic. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I stay away from the online comic community because it's very polarized. I'm talking about the original '90s New Mutants, Martin. Fantastic question though. Yeah, I read. So I started reading comics back in '91, and I've read everything basically from time cable shows up right in '87 on. And I've read the first like 40-ish issues up through, I think, Inferno. I never read that middle section. And it's been years since I've read it. So now that I have all the Epic collections, I want to, just sit down and just like knock them all out. The newer New Mutants series, I've read all those. But yeah, I've never actually read all of the original series. But you know how it is. Like, I know what happens in them. So there's not going to be like any surprises. I've just never experienced them. What's up, Zombie? Good to see you. I'd be a dope uncle. Thank you. I've been reading Flash Rebirth and starting back up on Irredeemable and Incorruptible. I'm not familiar with Incorruptible. Which is that one? And how are you enjoying Rebirth? OG New Mutants are intense. Some of the issues they discuss are hardcore. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things I really like about the series, and just Chris Claremont writing in general. Feels weird talking about like a mutant comic book with superheroes and like Shadow Kings and stuff like that. But they like the issues they talk about are real. They don't pull any punches. Mature storylines and concepts without being like mature like rating wise, if you know what I mean. Like they're heady concepts, but they're not like R rated, not a great comparison, but it's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, it was a kid's cartoon, but the topics they discussed were very mature. But they were still able to get those mature themes across in a G-rated cartoon. Dad's going to visit on his way. Be here between 1 and 1:20 with lunch. Nice. Do you know what lunch is going to be? Yeah, Spider Zed. That's what I was saying yesterday. It would be fantastic if they gave out free remote raid passes. I'm not going to be doing a single raid today, unfortunately. Incredible is a reverse of Irredeemable, where it's a villain who goes good, so the Plutonian who's a hero goes bad. Same universe and linked back, same events. Okay, neat. So, were they running at the same time originally, or was it more like a spiritual sequel? Mature but not R-rated, not preachy either. Well, yeah, Wolfsbane, perfect example. That's a great example. I really like Wolfsbane a lot. I got to know Wolfsbane well through her X Factor and Excalibur time. So it was neat when I first started reading New Mutants several years ago, going back and seeing her from the beginning. Ran at the same time, so go back and forth. Oh, that's cool. Chick-fil-A, nice. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a hot minute. Yeah, I started in the X-Men universe, not surprisingly, with the big relaunch of X-Men by Jim Lee. X-Men #1 back in '91. That's when I started reading X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor. And then from there, I branched out. Obviously, not just afterwards, but going backwards as well. Um, later years, I added like Excalibur. I added Wolverine. I added Generation X when that started up. Cable when that started up. Free Slurpee today. Unfortunately, Zombie, we don't have a 7-Eleven. I would love a free Slurpee though. You're buying it on Blu-ray? I didn't know that was an anime, Ariana. Or did I? I thought it was just a manga. You can't get spicy chicken strips at Chick-fil-A? That doesn't make any sense, because they sell chicken strips and they sell spicy sandwiches, right? Gonna read that X Gonna Give It To You crossover? Oh, absolutely. Start with X Factor, New Mutants to the rest, eventually got to Excalibur. Okay, yeah, sounds like not too dissimilar from me. I started reading Excalibur, which is I'm sure exactly what they were hoping would happen, when the Fatal Attractions crossover happened, and Excalibur 72 was the last issue of Fatal Attractions. That was the first issue of Excalibur I had. And then I've gone back. That's another series I need to read. I've only read a handful of issues. I'm missing at this point, I think, 4 issues, 1 through 71. Or no, 71 was the Fatal Attractions issue. I'm missing 4 issues, 1 through 70. And then I'll have that whole series. And then I would like to sit down and read them. But yeah, like, I know like the Alan Davis era is very highly regarded. I've never been able to experience it though. Flash Rebirth, you're really liking it so far, but not sure how much of a fan you are of compacts, print trade paperbacks. Jeff Johns, definitely one of the best writers DC's ever had. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. I have one compact so far, and that is All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, just because I've heard such great stuff about it. I do have all the holo covers, Martin. Yeah, I was picking those up like live as they were coming out. I had all the X-Men comics on a pull list at my local comic shop. Scary Movies, horror comedy. You would like that anime. You love All-Star Superman a lot. I haven't read it yet, Zen. It's sitting on the shelf. I have not read it yet. I almost picked up a couple other compacts when I went to Books A Million a couple weeks ago during its grand opening, but the line was literally around the building, so I put everything back. I almost picked up Superman Red Sun. I picked up a Batwoman, I think, series, and I think a Green Lantern. You can order spicy chicken fillet, not bad. Pepper jack cheese, it's so good. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, I haven't gone to Chick-fil-A in a while. Maybe I'll do that this weekend, or I guess that means today. I always go in, though. I hate the drive-thru. I absolutely hate the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. I don't like that random people come up to my window and ask me what I want to order. I'm like, please, I haven't even gotten to the menu yet. What are you even doing? You need to send me a joke? Well, then send it. Picked up Sinestro Corpse War, Green Lantern Compendium, and the Flashpoint trade paperback. Nice. You know what has been on my wish list for a while, Zen? I don't know if I'm ever going to pull the trigger. Is there's a 10th anniversary Blackest Night omnibus. It's literally all the comics leading up to Blackest Night, all the Blackest Night crossover issues, and all of the tie-in issues from all the other series. Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all that. All of them. Like every Blackest Night issue. It's like over 1,100 pages or something like that. It's typically $150. I usually see it on sale for like $85. I haven't picked it up yet, but that's been on my wish list for a while. I'd love to get that. Because that's one DC crossover story I'd like to read. Julian, thank you so much for the gold coin. Appreciate you. Can't believe I've only gotten one shiny so far. But it was a shiny I needed. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Jeez. Send 6-7. No, you didn't. You're a big old liar, Dad. Blackest Night might be your favorite DC crossover event. I've wanted to read it for years. I always thought it sounded really fascinating. And then when I signed up for this Batman book series, I thought that might be one of the crossover books, but it's not. Thank you for the 100, Ariana. No, that's hilarious. I do. But it wasn't. So I was like, well, dang, now I got to go out and try and buy Blackest Night myself. 6-7 crew. About to hit the top of the hour. Means my Pogo spawns should be refreshing. Pretzel gang, where are you at? I like pretzels. I like pretzels a lot. Pretzels might be one of my favorite snacks ever. What level is Omanite at now? 36. We got 4 levels left to go. Stanley's at the office at the moment. He's counting down to pretzel day. That's right. Pretzel crackers, those are pretty good. How do I decide when I want to buy or start to read new comics? It's a combination of a couple things. First off, I'll probably see it in the solicitation books that I get every month. So I'll know like in advance by 2 months what's coming out. I'll read the solicit. I'll take a look at it. And if the concept intrigues me, or if maybe it's a character that I am aware of but have never read before, I might be interested. If it's something that I've never read before but I like the writer, that might be another interesting way to look at it. And then I'll typically pick up the first issue, try it out, see if I enjoy it. If so, continue. If not, drop it. Dan Abnett, Cosmic Run for your favorite event? Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole Annihilation series is incredible. I have a shipment arriving probably on Monday or Tuesday with 3 new epic collections, and one of them is Annihilation Book 3. It's a Conquest prologue. It's got the Quasar miniseries, the Star-Lord miniseries, and the first, I think, 8 issues of Nova. Pretzel Crisps, that's another name for them, yep. So, I mean, I know I already have all these Annihilation issues, but it's nice to have them, like, in book form, so I can, go back and, like, reread them whenever I want without having to worry about, ruining the comics. Anime movies like Planet Hulk, because those would be legit perfect anime movies, 100%. And you know what, Zen? I'm starting to think, after watching the first 4 episodes of X-Men 97, is that's where we need to put our focus. We need to hope that they expand out the animated universe more. Because I think all the things that you and I want from Marvel adaptations, that's the place to do it. Because, I mean, you're 100% right. Annihilation as an animated movie would be insane. I think people would love it. I think, especially if it had similar art style where it's like mostly Western, but definitely some anime influences, I think people would love it. You like the stream? Thank you very much, Zombie. Second Citadel scene, not shiny. Yeah, I don't want to say anything because I know that some people haven't watched it yet. I know there's some people that are actually actively watching the original X-Men animated series before they start X-Men 97, so I definitely don't want to say anything. But Zen, I will say that if the little theory that you and I discussed the other day, if that does come true, that could open up a whole animated universe. I do not want to change Pokemon. Oh, there is a Pikachu hat Charmander, not shiny. What's my favorite Chick-fil-A item? I'm just a basic B. Just a regular old crispy chicken sandwich. Has to. They tease it in both seasons. I really hope so. What's up, Skrillbo? Oh, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Comic collection consists of 14 comics, 2 Wolverines, 3 X-Men, 2 Amazing Spider-Man, a couple of Fantastic Four, 1 Magic the Gathering comic, a heavy hitter, the director's cut of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. That's a great... You know what? For a 14 comic collection, Baja, that's a fantastic grouping right there. I like that a lot. There's another Citadel. I thought this hour was supposed to be a focus on fire. Don't think that character's ever appeared in any adaptation before? I don't believe so. I think you're correct. I do love it when things like this happen, where something becomes very popular, and the rare occasion it actually does get people interested. I'm not going to say any names because it's not my business to tell, but I actually did have a conversation with somebody online this week, a DM conversation with somebody that actually asked about X-Men 97 and if it was worth watching. And I was like, well, have you watched the original X-Men series before? He said, no. I guess I'm telling you it's a guy. He said, no, I have not. And I said, okay, well, let me look up a video. I know there's a couple out there, a video like that basically summarizes the original X-Men series. Because if you go into X-Men 97 blind, I don't know why I just used Mudslap, it's going to be pretty confusing at the beginning. And then he said, well, maybe I'll just watch the original X-Men series. And I'm like, well, yes, that would be fantastic. You should 100% do that. It was something I never would have expected. That genuinely made my day. But yeah, no spicy nuggets. That makes no sense. They have spicy chicken sandwiches. They have nuggets. Why no spicy nuggets? Hot take: feel as though it was the wrong step as a species to deep fry food, not in a moral way, but like logistic. That's such a rare commodity in nature. It feels like we were never meant to know this luxury. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, but that's the story of humankind, is not, Ariana? Reaching out to get the things we weren't meant to have. Favorite episode of the original series? I will tell you what really did it for me. Zen. What really blew my mind as a teenage hefty, not quite a heft tyke, but not quite a heft man, was the 4-part Beyond Good and Evil storyline. Because that was like not just cameos, that was straight up, here's a butt ton of characters that don't typically appear in the show, and they're all going to be in the show at the same time. Every single episode was like, oh my god, now they got this person here, now they got this person in here. That was probably my favorite storyline. Comic CD combo, a local metal band that follows a guy's journey through space to get revenge on the aliens that destroyed his home planet. Every page is a corresponding song on the album. That's pretty cool, Baja. I like that. I like that a lot. There have been a couple times where I've read comics where in the back page, like after the comic's over, like on, you know, what you would consider like the editorial page or the letters page, writers have like put a list of like the music they were listening to while they wrote it, or like maybe the artist, like the music they were listening to while they drew it. I think that's really cool in those rare occasions where you can tie in reading a comic book with music. That's pretty neat. I like that. Days of Future Past 1 and 2 for you personally, based on your memory, because Bishop's one of your favorite and by far underrated X-Men. Yeah, and that was early on. I thought that was a good adaptation of it. They were able to get all the basics, all the main story beats within those 2 episodes, while still adapting it for the cast that they were using in the show. She has been a vampire in the past, girl. Though, yeah, there's a period of time where she had been bitten by. I don't know if it was Dracula. I know Dracula was involved in the storyline. I'm not sure if he was the one that turned her, but yeah, she was a vampire for a while. She's not now. She got better. And yours is signed. That's pretty cool. Zed, thank you so much, and have a great rest of the day. Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for stopping back in. I know I did take some time off, and it genuinely does mean a lot to me when, after all this time off, to see so many familiar faces in the chat. So thank you. Hat off. Tipping my hat to you, sir. New Bishop run is started. Might start collecting it. I'm pretty sure it's a mini-series. In fact, I'm just about positive it's a mini-series. I think it's 5 issues. I haven't picked it up. I've honestly, especially with the price of comics nowadays, I've had to cut down where I'm basically not picking up like any mini-series. Although I typically would have picked up every X-Men related mini-series. The only one I picked up this year, well, there's 2. I picked up the Cyclops mini-series. I picked up the Magic and Colossus miniseries. Cyclops because he's my favorite X-Man. Magic and Colossus because even though I am a fan of both of the characters, I knew that if I didn't pick up the Magic and Colossus miniseries, 2 of my mods, specifically Ariana and Jerry, would both beat me to death. But yeah, I think that miniseries has Shard in it as well. Zen. Only collect people you like you skip the Daredevil run because I didn't think it would be good. So far, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's still very early into it. She's still kind of like, she's still kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Establishing what her story is going to be about. Her being the writer, Stephanie. But it's not bad. I'm enjoying it more than the last run already. But it's only 4 issues in. I'll keep you informed, Zen. That might be something that maybe, worst case scenario, I let you know whether or not it's worth picking up the trade paperback. You want the full Onslaught miniseries? That was a crazy storyline. And I actually watched a video on Onslaught and Heroes Reborn a few days ago. I think I might have actually found a comic channel on YouTube that I like. That is very, not 100%, but for the most part, very objective and not like trying to, push ideals. And I actually learned something watching that. I didn't realize, and Zen, I don't know if you knew this either, Onslaught was created for Heroes Reborn. It went back that far. It would have been like 2 years basically. That the idea was Heroes Reborn was always going to happen, and they knew that they were going to be relaunched. Avengers, Fantastic Four, Captain America, and Iron Man. They were going to relaunch those series, but they Natrix Nate isn't bad either. I am subscribed to Natrix Nate. Some of his recent videos have kind of been like, oh, you're getting a little preachy. But Owen likes comics. Owen likes comics is the one that I just discovered, and I say that like he's some like diamond in the rough. He's got like 300-something thousand subscribers. But yeah, Natrix Nate isn't bad. A couple of his more recent videos have. I haven't been thrilled about his position, but yeah, Owen Likes Comics is the one that have been watching, and yeah, they knew that these characters are going to be like rebooted, but they knew they weren't going to reboot everything. So they're trying to figure out like how do we separate these characters from the rest, like story wise. How does that happen? You know, they're trying to think of like who would have the power to basically take them out of that reality and put them into another one, and that's how Onslaught was born. And so then they wrote the whole Onslaught build up and then crossover storyline to get to that Heroes Reborn place. Oh, Baja, you followed that one? Nice, nice. So I thought that was neat. I didn't realize that. It also makes sense then why like Mark Waid was so upset about Captain America getting relaunched, because they put him on Captain America and he was getting a lot of acclaim for his Captain America writing. And then only like 5 or 6 issues into it, they canceled it and, you know, gave Rob Liefeld or however you pronounce his name, the series. And so, yeah, appears like that was always going to happen. And it was just kind of unfortunate that the interim writer, Mark Waid, actually was very popular. Got to run, probably won't be back before you're done, before you go. All right, what you got, Big Cheese? What you got before you go? Thank you for the 6-7. Here's your gang sign. Six, 7 crew. I don't know if I should be upset or not. I don't know if I am feeling entitled or ungrateful. I've only gotten one shiny so far in GoFest. I mean, yes, I'm sitting here on my butt using an incense. I'm getting one spawn every 30 to 45 seconds. And then there's a static spawns around my house that change out like every hour. But it's supposed to be boosted odds. So like, what are my thoughts? When I was like 11, 12 years old, I thought his artwork was incredible. I thought he was in a Levi's commercial with Spike Lee. I thought he was the Cat's Pajamas. And then I actually went to a comic book signing with him in '92. It was just after he had launched Youngblood. He was appearing at Mile High Comics, which is a huge comic store in Colorado, and I live nearby. And Bee's Knees, exactly. And so I had my mom take me there because I wanted him to sign my comics. And we stood in line for 2 hours. And then someone came, and we were still outside. And then someone came out of the store and said, okay, he's done signing comics. Go home. And I was very upset at Rob, personally, because I was so far back in line and couldn't get anything signed. So then I had a little bit of a mad-on for him. I picked up Youngblood when it came out. I read it. The characters are cool. I really like Die Hard and Bad Rock, and Shaft, and Vogue. Actually, all the character designs are pretty cool. They're also the same character designs he uses like in everything he draws. As an adult, going back and looking, that man cannot write himself out of a paper bag. Writing was not his skill. And his art was not fantastic. It made sense why an 11-year-old kid thought it was awesome because it was so extreme. But it was not great artwork. Nowadays, I don't really take him very seriously. I think, honestly, I think for many, many years he's been riding the coattails of Deadpool, who he did co-create, and uses that to try and remain relevant. They just relaunched Youngblood recently. Does not look good. He has written and drawn a couple of Deadpool miniseries over the last few years. They do not look good. I think it makes sense why he was popular at the time he was popular. I don't think he's going to go down in history as a top tier creator. And I'm still mad that he didn't sign my comic books. I love Vogue and moving to the music. Me too. I do have a soft spot in my heart for that early Image stuff. The Youngblood, Spawn, Savage Dragon, Wildcats, Shadowhawk, Wetworks, even the stuff like Deathblow, the Max, Gen 13, which is my introduction to J. Scott Campbell. The artwork was absolutely outstanding in that era. But I think one thing that we learned is that great artwork does not lead to great writing. So when you had a lot of these people that were fantastic artists but had never really written anything, trying to write on a monthly basis, not a lot of them stuck around. Not a lot of them really made the cut. And you look at Image Comics now and what is still around from the original Image lineup in '92, and you got two things. You got Spawn, you got Savage Dragon. That's it. And even with Spawn, Todd McFarlane has probably written or drawn half a dozen issues in the last 20 years. He really became more of a businessman of the McFarlane empire. His main focus, if you guys don't know this, is toys, action figures, and the like. McFarlane Productions does a lot of high-end figures. Like if you go into like a GameStop, you know, like that section where they have like the figures and the Funko Pops and everything, you'll see a lot of McFarlane toys there. And he's really good at that. The design they do for those action figures is pretty awesome. And Eric Larson still writes and draws every single issue of Savage Dragon all these years later. The problem is that he may come out with 3 or 4 issues a year if you're lucky. He's been very, very inconsistent with his publication. Like I just got issue 280 that came out 2 weeks ago. That was the first issue that's come out since I think March. And that's like all in all the maybe 5th or 6th issue that's come out since 24. You're an ink dragger. I'm an ink dragger too, Baja. That has to do with my left-handedness. I don't know if you're the same or if you just enjoy dragging your fingers through the ink. I mean, I can understand. It is somewhat soothing. Such a cool character design, power-wise, but you've heard his comics are so mid. I really enjoyed. I stopped reading Spawn probably around issue 65, 70, somewhere around there. I really enjoyed what I read up to that point. I think if you were to read like the classic Spawn stuff, it's pretty good. I have no idea what's happening plot-wise in it now or for the past like 20 so years. All I know is like the small things I've heard and like the comic covers I've seen. I know for a while like it wasn't Al Simmons, somebody else was Spawn, and then they brought Al Simmons back. I don't know. But yeah, I'd say if you read like the first 25, 30, 50 issues, you might enjoy that. That was good stuff. I have no interest in reading nowadays, especially because like now it's a whole line. There's like 7 or 8 different titles, 7 or 8 different Spawn titles that come out every month. Never heard this term before, Ink Dragger. I don't know if I'm using it the way that Baja and Ariana are, but as a left-handed person, when I write, my hand goes over what I just wrote, so I end up getting ink all here. because when I'm writing, my pinky is dragging over the ink that I just wrote. You're also wrong-handed. Children's safety scissors are the only scissors that work for you. Aw, God bless Baja. Level 39, we got one level left on Lord Helix. Who's excited? Let me see some hype in the chat while we play Guess the Pokemon Plush. This is the part of the day where I have a Pokemon plush. It's on my desk. It's right here. You can't see it, but I'm pointing directly at it. However, I can't remember what its name is, so I need you to tell me what is the name of this Pokemon plush. Feel cooler not being the only lefty? If I remember correctly, we typically have a decent amount of left-handed people in our chat, which is pretty awesome. So what you got for me? What do you think the shiny is? Or not shiny. Pokemon. What do you think this Pokemon plush is? Not Poplio. Not Manaphy. I'm seeing the theme already. Not Tyler Durden. You're close, though. Oh, my incense ended. Dang it. Ten times catch XP right now? That's crazy. Not Mareep. Not Brad Pitt. What's up, Inquisitor Ava? Not Edward Norton. Not Registeel. Not Hitmonlee. Not Duraludon. We're getting closer. Hungry. Not Durant, not Earthworm. Rain, good morning to you. Not Quaxley, not Dialga. I will go ahead and confirm what some of you are already assuming. It is, in fact, a steel type. What movie does this Pokemon act in? It acts in Pokemon, the plushie movie. Part 5. Rise of the Plush. Hashtag steel type only. Hashtag not only, but partly. Not Lucario, not Skarmory, not Lucario. Not Shieldon. Not Magnemite. You think it's actually Lucario? Please revise. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, Ariana is right. It is, in fact, Lucario. Well, I mean, in the fact that Lucario happens to be the nickname I gave this Pokemon when I caught it. It's not Aggron. It's not Metagross. It's not Ferrothorn. You guys are getting closer. Not Metang. Not Ferroseed. Not Durant. Did I just get 2 Sizzlipedes back to back? I did. Not Steelix. Not Scissor, not Excadrill, not Fortress. It's not Rain, it's not Eric. Steely Dan would be a great nickname. Not Drillbur, not Poniard, not Skarmory. Not Bisharp. Getting closer, though. Not Alolan Diglett. Not Celesteela. Not Clink. Not Clang. Shava Steelix's name Steely Dan? That's awesome. I can't believe I never thought about using that as a nickname. I'm embarrassed. Not Cobalion. Getting closer, though. King Gambit. That's very close. Not Genesect. Uh-oh, someone's inviting me to a raid. Sorry. Not Klefki, not Pawniard. Is it a Gen 10 Psyduck Steelwater type form? No, that's a good guess though. Not Goku. Is it Hefty? It's not Hefty. So far, Mia is the closest. Not Magneton. Lord Helix, level 40. Let's get some hype in the chat. It's not Razzie. Not Mega King Gambit. Not Mega Excadrill. Here we go. Lord Helix is evolving. Not Forretress, not Solgaleo, not Qfant. Not Mega Scizor. Not Aeron. Boom! We got our Omastar. Not Lairon. Okay. Since no one's picking up on my subtleties, and Ariana's about to punch me like through her phone, I'll go ahead and give you another clue. What I was alluding to was it's a Gen 9 Pokemon. That's why every time someone said something that was a higher Dex number, I said we're getting closer. And that's why I said that Mia was the closest, because she said King Gambit. It's not Earthworm. Yeah, Rain was very close as well. It's not Sandy Shocks. It's not Tinkaton. It's not Tinkatuff. It is, however, Tinkatink. Razzie, good job. It is Tinkatink. Also known as Lucario, also known as Steely Dan. Good job. Okay, let's go put Omastar away. Tink stuff. Focus on King Gambit too much when I said super close. Yeah, super close Dex order-wise. It is a cute plush. Has anyone, this just came to me, it's the stupidest thing. I'm sure everyone did this. Has anyone ever named their Tinkatink Pinkapink? Wrapped up in catchable Gen 5 steel types because I said I just caught it. I just caught it. I don't think I was referring to the plush if I said I just caught it. Nobody not done that? Can't say you have. No one's named it Pinkapink? I think we should. Let's make that a thing. Maybe I will go into Scarlet and Violet this weekend and catch a Tinkatink and just name it Pinkapink. All right, let's put Lord Helix away. Catch every non-shiny Tinkatink and name it Stinkastink or Stinkatink. That's a good idea. Named yours Bonk. Bonk's a good name. Who remembers Bonk? Like from, was that TurboGrafx 16, Bonk's Adventure? Anyone remember Bonk? I know Razzie remembers Bonk. They used to have they used to have a, I almost said double truck, you guys wouldn't know what that is. They used to have a 2-page ad insert in all the comic books that was like a comic about Bonk. Yeah, I knew Razzie would know that. You love Tinky Tink Line, but you chose to cope by saying they knocked molted steel feathers off your baby Corviknight like feathers that were already meant to come off. Yes, yes. They found, I agree with you, Ariana. They found the feathers on the ground. They didn't actually harm any Corviknights. I'm with you on that. All right, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, like I am with you most of the time, not always, but a lot. Um, More people showed up than I expected today. I expected with GoFest going on and me still riding the algorithm lull of being gone for 2 months. I was not expecting what such an awesome and fun turnout. So thank you all so much. Good luck to everybody today in all your endeavors, whether you're doing GoFest or if you're on looking stamps or whatever. Enjoy it. I'll see you guys tomorrow where we will get our Kabuto to Kabutops, get our 4th badge, and maybe even our 5th. We only have to get 2 Pokemon to get the 5th badge. That's Ponyta and Rapidash. Enough familiar with Bonk comics. It wasn't comics. It was like if I was like reading like a Spider-Man comic in like 90, 91, somewhere around there, there'd be a 2-page ad for the Bonk's Adventure game, but the ad was done as a 2-page comic, like a comic strip, like Peanuts or Blondie or Hagar the Horrible. I feel really old talking about comic strip names. I don't know what are current comic strips. Doonesbury. Everyone loves Doonesbury. It was like a 2-page Doonesbury comic of just Bonk's Adventure. And then it's like, at the end, it's like, you want to see what happens next? Pick up Bonk's Adventure on the TurboGrafx 16. Anyway, that's my little rant about newspaper comic strips. I hope you all enjoyed it. Be good. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. I don't know why. Why did I just do this? I don't know. I think I was going for this and this at the same time, and I ended up just doing this. Bye, everybody.